only if you stay the night.
Golan-Globus or Golan-Globus or Globin-Globlins.
Golan-Globlin.
We're back again. You may have not realized.
You're not, but we are.
Yeah.
I guess we just scared them away. It was that. The price is too scary for our regular listeners.
Schlocktober has become Spooktober.
Yeah.
By the way, Mike has risen from his grave. He's back.
That's right. Back
that
again.
was him. That wasn't me doing a voice.
He's doing full Eminem.
Tim doesn't have the ability to make his voice this nasally.
No. We both have that Michigan nasally accent. You don't have it though.
I don't?
Weird. No, you don't.
Wow.
I don't notice it.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know I had it until I heard myself on the show. I'm like, fuck. That's fucking, yeah.
That is a big hurdle to get over, hearing yourself.
Yeah.
But I am also quality control. Mattingly hates our show. He will not listen.
That's the one thing.
Great at everything
he
else.
said, I'll work for you. I'm not listening to that show.
Yeah.
And we said we had to have him so badly. We're like,
right.
Deal.
He's trained in the secret art of cupping, so Murray's blood flows always where he needs
yes,
it.
My chi, my chakras are aligned. My chi is flowing.
Just the currents that are flowing through the podcasting room right now are perfect. Everything.
Right.
Just will not listen to us. I don't know what he watches.
Porn, I don't know.
But like the 70s stuff that has a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end.
We need stories in everything. That's part of why wrestling's boring now. There's no stories. It's just all dream matches.
All action, no story. We've been telling people that for years.
Yeah. When people say, oh, you have a podcast about action, you must really like action. And I'm like, no, not really. I just like the fucking characters. Usually the action scenes are boring as shit. Unless it's a Steven
well, they're
Seagal
boring
movie.
to talk about. I mean, what am I going to say? He kicked somebody. They
right,
punched somebody.
exactly.
That's probably why we've never done like a true martial art movie like the Shaw Brothers, because it's all fighting.
Anytime we're like, there's a big name in martial arts missing from our repertoire.
Yeah, we've never. We're gonna do a Jackie Chan, but we've never done I don't think we'll ever do a Jet Li or something like that. Though.
Because I looked into when I was young, I knew of Jackie Chan, and a certain movie called Legend of the Drunken Boxer showed up on cable. The TV guide, and I looked into that for the show, and I tried watching.
I thought it was called
again.
Drunken Masters.
That might be it. I can't remember. Because there's like 3 or 4.
A lot of drinking, because then there's that "come drink with me."
Well, that's the best way to fight is drunk. You're loose. It's like when you get in a car accident, the best thing is to be drunk because you're just loose. That's why drunk drivers never get killed. They just kill other people.
That's right. Well, like good wrestling booking is like they show him fight when he's sober. Like you get him fighting drunk to open the movie, and he's amazing. And then people tell him, stop fucking drinking. You're like 18. He's a baby in these movies. And so he tries to fight again without...
Is that the one where Sam Seed, the old guy, is like his trainer?
I think so. I can't keep him
He's
straight.
Old Dirty Bastard in movies.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's called.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, and then without drinking, you see that he just doesn't have the chi, doesn't have the flow. So next fight, drinks again.
Some people need a drink to unwind.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
why we're all drunk right now.
That's why we're all fucking wasted. You can't walk in through the doorway without greeting Millhouse. Mike, I'm sorry that you guys aren't on the right page yet. You're getting there. You're getting there, too.
I have nothing but love for Millie.
Every time Mills bites me, he has to take a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
He's fucking blasted.
Yeah. Anytime I get up out of my chair, someone's taking a shot.
But here we are, another week, another Golan-Globus. We're doing
Golan-Globus.
Another Golan-Globus. It's spooky as fuck. We got
scary as all hell.
It's always spooky when we have an 80-degree day followed up by a 50-degree day.
Yeah.
That's always cool. So here we are in our jackets. I had to take mine off because we had a little bit of a tech issue, and that makes me sweat. But here we are.
Never let them see you sweat.
Everybody's... Well, they can't see us, Murray, so...
No, that's why I said it.
That's a good point, I think.
I think people probably fantasize about us while they're... I would like to see people, if there are any artistic people out there, I want to see your interpretation of what you think and Mike too, what we think we look like.
This is good. I like this.
And send it to us on Twitter.
Poorly.
Or, not only on Twitter, Blue Sky. It's the social media of the future, people.
Yeah.
Somebody follow us, please. Because I forget I'm like, it's like Blue Sky is like Twitter. If you like if you want Twitter to be like, I want less things to be able to do on Twitter.
Yeah.
Blue skies.
Strip
there you go.
down completely.
You can't fucking DM, so I can't creep on fucking women. You can't
DM?
You can't DM.
Oh.
You can't put up GIFs or GIFs or whatever the fuck you call them. You can't schedule tweets, which I hate because I like to just schedule my shit and then I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, that's how we get away with, like, Murray will be like, I want this little GIF, and I'll create it, and then I'll schedule it, and then Murray can
I'll put the word
punch
to his
it up.
picture.
Yeah.
Can't do any of that shit.
Okay.
And you got to be invited to be on it. So, like,
Yeah.
it's our backup in case if Elon starts charging, we're out of Twitter. We're gone.
Have you ever been a part of an exclusive club, Mike? Besides our bike gang, that was exclusive.
Yeah, that was exclusive. Other than the Nasty Midnighters, no.
Being a guest on here is an exclusive club. How many guests have we had? Probably like 8 or 9.
Is it only 8 or 9?
This is my 10th appearance.
This is
This is number 10.
All right,
10.
you get a free sandwich. Let me use your card.
Well, I don't want
Punch.
Griffin to make it. He hates sandwiches. That'll be a
do.
contempt
True,
sandwich.
but it
It
will be a
would
dry
be.
sandwich.
I've got.
It will be a dry sandwich, so maybe I do want Griff to make it.
I can make you. I got bacon in the freezer right now. I can get some bacon out, an egg. I have pizza dough. I can make that into some kind of
Pizza is technically a sandwich.
open face sandwich. Yeah.
Open face sandwich.
Open face sandwich.
Let's not start this.
Let's not start this. Okay, that's good. Murray,
Let's start with some grievances. This is a hateful month. Maybe that's why people just left us, because they just want the positivity that we usually bring.
maybe it's because they can't vent out their grievances with us. Maybe that's what they want to do, and so they have to go to their therapist, and their therapists are telling them, stop all communication with your favorite podcast of all time.
You said you had a grievance, Mike. Let's get it out. Get out of the way.
I have
Hopefully
a
it's not with
grievance.
Home Depot again.
So, no, not Home Depot. I went to Lowe's this morning, and I was in and out in 10 minutes because Lowe's knows what they're doing.
Fucking Lowe's, man.
No, but I want to say maybe a month or so ago, there was a dude in my subdivision who started advertising that he started a Facebook group for our sub.
Yeah.
Love those.
And I immediately was like, this is a bad idea. I don't like this one bit. And then everyone was like, oh, old cranky man Mike doesn't like being friendly with anybody.
Well,
Haha. I'm like, mark my words.
That's true, but yeah.
This is going to go south. And they did a couple events. I did not attend. But then this
Orgies?
lady gets on there, and she says, hey, I'm going to leave out some important information and circle back to it. She basically says, hey, instead of traditional trick-or-treating, should we organize a trunk-or-treat at the school in our subdivision?
No.
And her concern was
That's
because
why kids are so fat. The truck or treats.
Right. Her concern
Trunk or
was
treats.
our subdivision doesn't have streetlights on most streets, so it gets a little dark. Which
makes it scary.
Flashlights exist, so you can buy your kids a couple
Porch lights,
flashlights.
Flashlights. It's
Right.
Torch lights.
It's not too
Porch
dark on
lights.
Halloween. But the reason why it irked me so much is because she started her post with, I just moved here in February, meaning she's never been here for a Halloween.
Oh my god.
So she doesn't even know.
Karen alert.
Right, she's
Helen.
just making assumptions, right? And the neighborhood more or less shot it down politely. They're like,
Thank you.
no, traditional trick or treating. Says, all right, win one, mark one for the good guys. But the one that really set me off, because she didn't set me off, it was misguided, but not douchey. There was this other dude who voted in favor of the trunk or treat, and he said, I'm for it because most kids end up skipping the house that gives out full-size candy bars anyway. Spoiler alert, that's my house.
What?
And
So he's a creep.
first of all, it's a weird thing to flex that, like, oh, I'm the one that gives out full-size candy bars. Like,
Because that's
dude,
your thing.
like, I don't even care. Every house can give out full-size candy bars. I don't think it makes me superior to the other ones, right? But he's doing this weird flex, but then also saying, yeah, we can forgo traditional trick-or-treating. So it's like, you want to sound like you're Captain Halloween, but then in the same sentence, spit in the face of tradition. And I'm
Right.
normally for
He
spit in
wants
the face
to be
of tradition.
begged.
But
to
now
give
when it
out
comes to
candy.
Halloween. So this dude he's not a real one. He's just wearing the costume. He is not a Halloween guy, and he's what set me off. He's my grievance.
But we're Devil's Nights guys. Yeah. Right. We're gonna set his house on fire.
Oh yeah, we'll do that off mic.
For law enforcement, we must clarify that was a joke.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
First we'll put toilet paper in his trees.
Yeah.
Eggs. His house is my eggs. The old-fashioned 70s Devil's Night. Ooh. And then we'll go straight up 80s Detroit and set that fucker on fire.
Set that fucker on fire.
I love your passion, but we might need to scale it back a little bit.
Because one of my favorite things to do, we've done this before when we've had guests on. Like, I love to, with the guests that are not from Michigan. Do you know what Devil's Night is? It's a uniquely Michigan thing. People do not know Devil's Night. And it's, first of all, talk about dying traditions. Devil's Night is dead in Detroit.
Yeah,
nobody's like, they don't even talk. Remember, they used to be like, it's Angels Night. Dude, we got to get the people out, and they don't even do that anymore. It's dead.
I remember watching ABC News right up to the lead into Halloween, and all the stories that are like, be careful around Devil's Night. We're starting the new tradition, Angels Night, and it was a bunch of people going around, and
it worked. It killed Devil's Night.
No, I just think people don't give a shit about anything anymore.
Oh, that's true, too.
And I'm sorry about that. Because you got fucking jabronis who want full credit for full candy bars without being into the tradition.
Right. Like,
I don't
get
any of that.
Maybe there's a reason people don't come to this guy's house. He's a creep.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page here. This guy is clearly doing something.
He's clearly putting needles in stuff. And he's pissed off that the kids he's a creep and they don't go to his house.
I think they're boudoir pictures of himself that he's
boudoir pictures.
Boudoir pictures. What are those called? Boudoir.
Well, at least they're tasteful nudes.
At least they're tasteful.
If you're gonna be nude, at least be tasteful.
That's why he's upset, because he wants people to respect his tasteful nudes.
Well, get on the fucking Chuck Norris, what's that exercise machine Chuck Norris had?
The Bowflex?
Bowflex.
Wait, he did Bowflex too?
Oh, no, he was the Total Gym.
Total Gym.
Who was Bowflex?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But we had one, and then we had the Total Gym. We actually did have both those machines in my house.
They were never used, like every other exercise machine is never used?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
My dad worked like 18 hours a day, so he didn't have time to hit the fucking Total Gym.
That was his workout. Working.
Working on his feet.
Speaking of Halloween grievances.
Please, grieve me some more.
Here's one from the Woke Patrol.
Oh, no. Are you going full what's it, Gutfeld? Whatever his name is?
Greg Gutfeld.
Yeah, that's it.
Red Eye, is that his show?
Oh.
All I know is Odorous Urungus used to be on his show.
No, he's got a new show because he stole Garfield's logo font for his last name.
He got you again. Burned your libs.
I
stole your font.
You remember
Is Jim Davis a known liberal?
He probably isn't. He's probably total right wing, like the Dilbert guy. I wanted to say though,
everyone's losing their mind over the Bill Watterson AI created Calvin and Hobbes on the Twitter.
There's a thing. What? Somebody
created a Calvin and Hobbes strip with AI, and people are like sending death threats in Bill Watterson's name to this guy.
That's fucked up. Bill Watterson had it right like 20 years ago when he's just like, I'm not licensing my shit to anybody.
He said, I'm not listening to anything but Calvin peeing on liberal objects.
That's unlicensed.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's what he wants you to think. I totally believe he was behind the Calvin praying in front of the giant cross.
You think
What's up with that? That's like the weirdest
That
thing.
was the weirdest flex. Like, we pray in this household. We don't pee.
But why? Calvin?
I know. I know. It's so strange.
Getting back to my grievance. That was Bill Watterson's grievance, by the way, not mine.
Oh, okay.
Mine is, this is the time of year where you got to have yourself some Monster cereal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. There's a new monster out on the block.
Uh-oh.
And in the name of diversity, it's a chick named Carmela Creeper.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think she's supposed to be a bride of Frankenstein. Isn't she, Mike?
She's a zombie.
She's just a
zombie.
But
she's got the fucking stripes. So isn't technically the bride of Frankenstein a zombie?
Frankenstein monster is technically a zombie.
Well, isn't she? She's a dead creature brought back to life.
Sure.
Okay.
I do like the fact they made her a DJ because it instantly dates her. Like, everyone's going to be like, laugh. Like, What the fuck? Why is she a DJ?
She should have a drum machine or something.
But here's the thing. Don't we all know that all the Monster cereal characters are gay? I mean, they're all gay, right? Frankenberry, Count Chocula, Boo Berry, they're all gay.
I've never thought about my cereal mascot sexuality.
You've never just said Frankenberry's so gay.
Even
when I didn't know what gay was, I was like, that guy's gay. And so, like, they've already been diverse. You don't need to add. If anything, she should be a witch, and she could be the. I can't say the F word anymore, right?
We don't.
She'd be a witch called the Fruity F Hag. And she hangs out with.
What is happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, time for a classic Griff.
Oh boy. What is happening?
It's perfect. It's perfect. You have the 3 gay monsters. Fruit Boot's not gay.
Well,
what about Yummy Mummy? There's 5 monsters before Carmela Creeper.
He is Yummy. First of all, Yummy Mummy sucks. Fruit Brew is better.
Wait. What are the cereals?
Which is shocking because he's called the Fruit Brew, but he's straight.
So I know there's Fruit Brew.
There's 5.
The werewolf is Fruit Brew.
Yeah,
okay.
There's the core 3: Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Boo Berry.
Well, Boo Berry's really not a core 3. I remember when he was introduced. He came out in like the late 70s, early 80s.
Introducing,
yeah, and then
he's still around.
And then later they did Fruit Brute and the Fruity Yummy Mummy. And now they have Carmela Creeper.
Well, they had
Fruity, Yummy, Mummy. Okay, yep. I got to give one to... I don't want to, but I got to give one to Murphy.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Because she would hang out with the 3 gay guys.
Yeah. Okay, so
the
Count
Fruity
Chocula,
F-Egg.
So oh, my
Oh, he threw it out.
No, I didn't. I said the Fruity F-Egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we both...
Go check the tape on that paper. I didn't say that.
Yeah, so...
Even I got the fucking
now
memo.
You're getting
now.
into progressive commercial.
So if Chocula is Bela Lugosi, Frankenberry is Boris Karloff, Boo Berry is
he's Peter Lorre.
Peter Lorre, would the Fruity Yummy Mummy be Paul Lind?
Yes, that's great.
That's good. I like that.
And then the F-Hag can be Phyllis Diller or something like that.
Why, if all these other characters are super sexual, why wouldn't this new character be asexual?
I didn't think they were super. Maybe the Yummy Mummy's asexual. Maybe he's
non-binary.
I can't believe
a character named Yummy Mummy isn't hypersexual, like at the not pit stops, but at the fucking like trucker stops in the middle of nothing.
I always thought that was their
toe tapping.
Because the originals were Frankenberry. Frankenberry's so gay. Come on. Frankenberry and Count Chocula. And I thought that was their sexual tension between them was what the whole thing was about.
Wait, before
I think you're reading far into. I'm
not.
Wait, what is?
Look, my only beef with Carmela Creeper.
You're telling me you never once was like at least Frankenberry.
No. He's a cartoon.
He's all pink. So cartoons can't be gay now. Is that what you're saying? Wow. Who's the guy who's really not woke in this group?
I just don't think of cereal mascot sexuality.
Well, maybe you ought to.
I base them on the flavor of their cereal, okay? And my only beef with Carmela Creeper is that her cereal does not taste good.
Oh, I would not take
It's caramel apple, right?
Caramel apple,
yeah. Who wants caramel apple in a bowl of milk? Like,
do you remember when they introduced those caramel apple suckers? Did it blow your mind or
no?
Yeah.
Caramel apple is like good in theory, awful to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
a lot of work. Rips your fucking fillings out.
And if you've got one of these fucking sweet ass mustaches like I got, that's
you
a food.
and Aaron Rodgers and Travis Kelce.
You're done.
I guarantee you.
When are you dating Taylor Swift? Is the question.
That's a good question.
Don't do it, man.
She's a Chippendale dancer.
Don't even get me. That's a discussion for another day. Don't get me started on Taylor Swift.
She's tall enough to be a Chippendale. Right. So I mean, she could just work her way right in there. They would let her do it.
That's my grievance. Now I have to tell a story. I do think we would learn from last week to not do a super long intro. That's probably what scared everybody off.
No, it wasn't that scared everybody off, because if they listened to it, they would have been great about it. Yeah. They didn't download it, so that's the problem.
Maybe it was the fucking maybe some anti-Michael Jackson stuff going on. That Thriller intro we did.
They didn't download it, so they wouldn't have heard it.
But maybe they listened to like the first 5 seconds and they turned it off.
They got like some kind of transcode thing happening where they could actually see.
Don't you have to listen to it for a little bit until it even registers as the listen?
No.
Well, that probably means we probably have a lot of people
listen to it on SoundCloud or YouTube.
Oh. All right, so Last night, I'm glad we had Halloween-themed grievances, too.
Yeah.
We didn't plan that. See, we don't plan anything on this show.
Yeah.
All right, last night, I was at Second and Charles, which if you're a Twitter follower, you're very well aware of Second and Charles because my Second and Charles tweets get more fucking likes than my goddamn episode tweets. Because I'm like, hey, look, I found this. $5. And I was like, oh my God.
They have this kooky
Super
thing.
Fuzz, Ernest Saves Christmas. And you're like, yeah, big deal. So
Ernest Saves Christmas is a big deal. Thank you.
I was just going to say, that's the wrong place to be.
I'm in the vinyl section, and there's a couple there. I don't know if they were a couple or brother and sister. I don't know, they were both very tall and skinny.
Okay.
And speaking of, she could have been a Chippendales dancer too. This
Yeah.
girl. But they were talking about
Good
metal.
for her.
I'm going to tell you what they looked like. The guy first, he was Mr. Edgelord guy. He had Mayhem, the black metal band, a hoodie, jacket.
I automatically don't trust people with Mayhem gear.
Well, there's more to this guy that I didn't trust. Then I think he just had I didn't see from the waist down. I think he just had black fucking jeans and probably.
Okay. How old are these people about?
In their 20s.
20.
I definitely don't trust. He's definitely wearing Mayhem. I don't want to gatekeep, but come on.
Well, look, everybody. Look, I was going to say right now, everyone thinks I'm going to shit on these people. I'm not going to shit on these people. Well, the guy I'm kind of shitting on. But okay, so we had that. Here's where it got crazy, because he had a very Rob Zombie vibe off him.
Oh boy,
just the vibe. I wouldn't say that guy looks exactly like Rob Zombie, but I couldn't tell what was going on. There's a lot going on, from neck up, because he had long hair. I couldn't tell if it was. I think it was just straight hair. It could have been dreads. I think it was straight hair. Here's the thing. He was wearing a black shawl on his head. Okay.
Oh, what?
Yes. On top of that, a black stocking cap.
Oh.
What?
Yes. And
was he preparing to be walking around the desert?
I don't know. Well, he's preparing to listen to Dr. Phibes Rises from the Grave.
He better be.
But yes, because we all know all three of our fashion icon Coco Chanel always said, before you step out of the house, look in the mirror and take off one article of clothing. Shawl. He should have decided to take the shawl off.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He went out full shawl.
That is a shawling.
All right. So, yeah, he was a nightmare. The woman, all right, girl, and by the way, I was eavesdropping on their conversation. I approve of the metal they were talking about, classic metal.
Here's one thing we're going to do. I want to put out this, Murray, real quick.
Yeah?
We're not people who take sneaky pics of people.
No, never.
Because when I was at Joe's show recently, I saw this fucking gay bear-looking dude who had a
Was he eating a bowl of Frankenberry, by the way?
Yes, he was, actually.
He was just eating a box.
That's the kind of wrestling shows
Pouring
that
it.
me and Murray...
How do you feel about Monster Mash cereal? Did you see that?
I have seen that.
That sounds disgusting. Monster Mash, by the way, is every monster cereal put together.
Oh,
I could see it being good if it was just
the berries.
Just the berries, like Yummy Mummy, Fruit Brute, Frankenberry, Boo Berry. I think adding Count Chocula to that and Carmella Creeper throws it off.
Is there a need for Fruit Brute when you have Yummy Mummy?
I was just going to say...
I'm a werewolf, guys. That's my favorite classic monster, so I prefer Fruit Brute, just aesthetically.
What berries are they representing?
They've changed. I don't remember what they were originally, but...
Fruit Brute was just red, yellow, and green.
Yeah, now they're all one flavor.
Yeah.
Fruit Brute, I think, when they brought them back in 2017, was cherry, and then Yummy Mummy, I think,
cherry.
was orange.
I liked Fruit Brute. I ended up with 2 boxes of it last year because they were a nickel after Halloween, so I bought them. They were good. You got that fucking good ass cherry flavor with the stupid marshmallows.
Yeah, I can't do fruit flavored cereals anymore, so I'm just
totally
straight chocolate man.
I've never been into fruit flavored ones. I've never cared for marshmallows in cereal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's fucking Halloween. I had a bowl of Count Chocula this morning.
There you go. You just
gotta
do
Halloween.
it.
It's
Every
just
day in
something we
October,
to
I
do.
have a bowl of Count Chocula.
But what I wanted to say is we will tell people about things. We will never take pictures of these people.
No.
I think that's one of the creepiest
we're not here to
do.
embarrass people.
Right. And so we'll regale you. And so I saw the guy at Joe's wrestling show, sleeveless leather zip up hood, bare hair all over him.
Wow. It kind of sounds like a wrestler. Are you sure he wasn't a wrestler?
He was not. He turned towards me, and I don't remember the character.
You said so. He's a bear, so he's a big guy.
He was bigger, but he was not tall. He was no Chippendale. He was kind of stout.
Danzig-esque.
Nipples were protruding from that fucking leather jacket.
Oh, yeah.
But the part that really got me was that I don't know the characters of Big Bang Theory because it's an awful show. But there's the two main nerds. I think Sheldon's the skinny dude.
Yeah.
Whoever the other dude is.
Yeah.
That was this guy. I was like, what the fuck? Is that him?
Maybe it's his.
So I spent half the show just being like, is that him? Maybe.
Getting back to my
Please.
people watching.
Sorry.
So the girl had like a. They were both wearing sunglasses, by the way, indoors.
Oh boy.
The girl had like a short shag, like a Joan Jett kind of haircut, dyed black. They both had dyed black hair.
Of course they did.
And I don't remember which. I think she was just wearing like a hoodie. But this is what I was like, did you step out of a time machine? I don't know where she found these. Super tight, because she was a very like rail thin, like tall, skinny girl. Super tight, acid washed blue jeans, and the most gigantic white tennis shoes. I mean, she's living, and I loved it because that's metal as fuck.
Yeah,
that's 1986.
That is
metal. And she actually, I happened to be wearing my Slayer Rain and Blood shirt, which by the way, I got at fucking Meijer.
Yeah.
It's about people outside of Michigan. Meier's like a Target kind of thing. It's like a supermarket slash
Walmart, Meijer, or Target. Yeah.
So, like, I remember back in the day when I first got into Slayer, you had to go to a show to get a fucking Slayer shirt. Now I can go to a fucking Meijer.
Pavel just bought a Misfits shirt from Meijer.
Yeah, I saw those too. They were too busy. I don't like the ones that, like, I don't want a graphic, but you know how they do like it's not like tie-dye, but you know it's like a busy color type scheme on it.
Yeah.
They had that on. I was like, ugh, I don't want that.
Right.
If it just had like the Crimson Ghost, that would be cool. But yeah, I got like the most evilest band in the land at one time, Meijer, and I got it for like I got it for like $8, not $666. You shouldn't sell it for $666. I got it for $8. Anyway, so she complimented me on my. She's like, nice shirt, and walked away.
Hey, at least she's willing to talk to you.
Yeah, well,
that was good.
Yeah. And so, like I said, I love it. I love seeing young people into because Ozzy said you can't kill rock and roll. I'm not so sure because rock and roll's on life support right now. Is there any relevant rock music, let alone metal? I mean, Imagine Dragon ain't rock.
You're asking the wrong person, dude. I stopped, I hit my old man groove, and I don't listen to the radio. I barely use Spotify.
There's no radio anymore.
It's just like I keep looking for new releases from the bands I already like, and I venture out a little bit, but in terms of just new stuff, I have no idea.
When are you going to come to me about Giz? I'm waiting for one friend to come to me about Gizzard.
I don't
keep
know,
meaning
man.
to ask you, but I just forget.
I
don't like the jam shit, but I've liked some of the shit you played.
Yeah.
You'll have to expose me to some of the non-jam shit because I'm with Murray there.
They've done like every genre possible.
All right, well then hit me with some Giz.
So I can give you like some sloppy,
you know what? Give the listeners some Giz. Tell everybody who's listening one album they all must have by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
The easiest
of the 37 they have in their 2-year history.
Well, they've only been around 5 years.
Well, very on topic. I think we might have pushed them off the ledge here. Is their newest album is a concept synth-based album, synth, drum machines, all that shit, about Egypt.
That fits.
So Egyptian gods, everything.
Oh, wow! That just takes us all the way back to Dr. Phibes rises again.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing the movie now because, look, we've gone so fucking long. I love all your grievances.
At least it was all Halloween related.
Right.
Yeah, it was. I'm very happy about it, but we do have to get the show on the fucking rail.
Don't forget to put a timestamp in the show notes again for people.
We learned nothing from our failure from last week.
They didn't. They don't know.
But they sensed that's what it was going to be.
So, is there a difference between a download and a play? I don't download it. I just play it on Spotify.
Yeah.
Right.
Does that count as a download?
When you go get it from Spotify.
Let me ask you something. When you listen, and then I doubt you listen all the way through, right? You just listen and then you pick it up somewhere later, another day or something, right? Or do you listen to the entire episode all the way through?
Not in one sitting.
When you come back, you have to you have to remember where you left off, or does it start up right where you left off?
No, it starts up right where I left off.
Yeah.
At least on Spotify.
Because when I listen, only podcast I listen to is Cornet, and it doesn't. Like if I listen to it, I just stream it off Apple.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stay where I left off. It starts from the beginning again. I have to remember.
Yeah, you gotta get like an actual app to kind of.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't have an app.
Right.
But so okay.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
I have no clue
Dr. Phibes rises again.
There we go.
So let's hit you with that trailer, and we'll see you on the other side.
Someone's conducting here today. It ain't us.
You tried to get us going like 3 times.
He lives. From the depths of this unholy tomb, the Avenger rises. The abominable Dr. Phibes, the most deadly mastermind of all crime. Specialist in the fine art of bizarre murder, each more different, each more devilish than the last. The Scorpions embrace.
You bloody man!
The Eagle's caress. The Sausage Machine. The One-Hand Persuader.
Hackett. He has nothing to say, sir.
Touché, Dr. Phibes. And as another victim falls, the world awaits your next blow of vengeance. Only one man, only one menace, only one diabolical mind could create such chilling terror.
That's not a common thief, sir. Then, Inspector, you are faced with an impossible task. Well, there's no force in all the world could win a fight against such a supreme opponent.
Run, but you can't escape him. Hide, but he'll find you. Scream, but no one will hear you.
Welcome back. If only you could have just heard that fucking great conversation that happened here for the last 25 minutes. We just catching up. Old friends. We used to be the old comic book crew.
I just want to say, don't they have like a big Halloween parade in New York? I want every gay man to come as a serial monster.
Are you just trying to defend your position now?
Defend it? I think. How am I defending it? I'm right.
We're in a situation right now. Sorry to bring this up, Griff. I don't know if this is a Griff New York thing where like it's a bit or not. We're in that weird area of I don't know whether you actually think they're all gay or not. And it's
I never distrust Murray's
Blueberry
breakfast items.
Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Frankenberry's definitely. He's never even touched a woman. Never even held hands with a woman. He's the guy who's like, I'm gay and deal with it. Count could have been in the closet. Count could have come out in college or something.
okay.
Blueberry, I don't know. He's a ghost.
Now that you give the background, you see, we're the 99. We're not, we're the one.
Yeah, we're the one, the good 1%.
And you're doing the thing. You're doing the work. You're actually telling us about the backgrounds. You're filling us in on why you believe this. You stared into those souls as you ate their bowls. I'm just glad that rhymed. This is going great. This episode is going great, everybody.
Yes.
Listen, download it and listen to it.
Right. Or just download it and don't listen to it. Just give me that number. I want to see that number.
That's all the bean counters worry about.
Yeah, I mean, we get paid the same, 0. So we don't care if you listen or not. But it's just for my ego. I like seeing big numbers.
So I want to recap because we never did any kind of talk about Phibes Rises again on the opening half, which we usually try to dedicate.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mike rightfully saw that we were on a sinking ship, and he just said
he did a great job.
He went right to the iceberg.
Yeah, some of our other guests just go right along with us, and that train arrives 3 hours late. Right. But no, Mike got us on track, so we didn't talk Phibes. So I just want to know one question before we start this movie. Yeah. When did you see Phibes rise again for the first time after seeing the original Abominable Phibes? Mike, we'll start with you.
I don't remember. Probably a year or so after.
It was okay, so it was close to seeing it the first time.
Yep. I think I had that was there an MGM Midnight Movie 2-pack?
There is.
I probably had that. Mm-hmm. That had both of them on there.
Yeah, because I got the set. Do you have the Vincent Price set? It's got these. It's got Theater of Blood, and I think it's got a couple of the Corman ones.
So I have the Arrow video Blu-rays of these, and then I have Abominable Dr. Phibes on one of the Scream Factory Vincent Price sets.
Okay.
But I only have volumes 1 and 3. Volume 2 is out of print and crazy money because that has the Blu-ray of House on Haunted Hill on there.
Oh.
Which I don't... Listen, I know all the boutique Blu-ray labels are out there listening to this show. Whoever owns the rights to that, put out a standalone of House on Haunted Hill. Quit being dicks.
Yeah, for real.
Isn't that one of the movies that's on all those fucking 5 movies for $5 things? Isn't that like a public domain type movie?
Yeah. So
they didn't pay any money to make it. So why are they nickel and diming us?
No idea.
Hey,
they probably paid for a really nice print of it so they could clean it up and restore it. I don't know.
That's meritocracy. A meritocracy. Take something that somebody else put all their time and effort in and sell it to everybody out, like our Insulin Boy and Sam Bankman-Fried and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
I think I saw the sequel first.
Really?
And I remember nothing about it.
In true Golan-Globus fashion.
Yeah. The only thing I remembered about it is it had the worst vampire of all time, Robert Quarry, and that's Count Yorga, the worst vampire.
Oh, shit. Don't say that. I got Count Yorga coming up in a couple weeks. I think maybe next month.
It's worth watching. But Robert Quarry does not... There's nothing cool about Robert Quarry.
Ambrose?
Darius.
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 There was an I in there?
Yes, and I had to fucking correct it.
Because IMDb had no I.
Yes, it did, because I checked. Because I was like,
wait,
I swear it was Darius. And then
really?
I was like, what the fuck kind of name is Darius?
That's what I said.
I got Count Yorga scheduled for November 5th, and then Return of Count Yorga 2 weeks later.
There's nothing cool about him. You saw him in the movie you watched. He's a dork.
Damn. All right.
Check it out. Watch it. I'm not saying
don't watch it.
I will. But I'm saying you're going to be like, yeah, this guy's one of the worst Count Dracula. He's up there with Jack Palance as Dracula.
I don't know that I've ever seen the Jack Palance Dracula. Have you seen the Frank Langella one?
Yes, long time ago.
Darrus.
R-R-U-S?
Darius?
Everyone was saying Darius throughout the fucking movie.
It's on IMDb, which I go on because I have horrible hearing.
I must have went on a different IMDb because I swear it was Darius.
I don't know what to tell you, but I can show you my phone right here so you don't have to look it up and we have to do this bit for 9 hours longer. But there it is.
Yes, but if you go down, when you click down all caps, it'll say Darius. Do it. Look at it. When it says not that thing, but go down where it says all the cast on IMDb, the site.
Yeah, I'm on IMDb, the site.
Go click on all cast.
I did.
Now look down. Does it say Darius still?
For Robert Quarry.
Yeah.
Darius Biederbeck.
Let me see that.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
Now it went back. Hold on.
We're having a senior moment, everybody. Just give us 1 second here.
Tim is going through Griff's photo gallery and sending all the tasteful names.
I swear they were saying they were definitely saying Darius. They were not saying Darius.
I don't believe you. It's just I go with what IMDb tells me.
Yeah, IMDb's wrong most of the time.
Yeah, and that's why. Because
Darius is actually a real name. I've never heard the name Darius.
Darius is a real name. Well, I mean, come on.
Well, from my sanity, we're calling him Darius in this movie.
Okay, but we do have to preface. I went with Darius because it's shorter of the two.
No, it's not. They're the exact same number.
Biederbeck?
Darius and Darius have the exact same.
No, I meant Darius or Biederbeck is what I was going for.
Yeah, we're not going to call him Biederbeck.
Because everybody basically calls him Biederbeck, so I don't know where. What did Deanna call him?
She was. I swear she was Diane at one time, and Diana all throughout the movie. They changed it. Like some people will call her Diane, some people call her Diana.
Say the same thing. And am I having a stroke?
Yes. Because what are you talking about?
Did you just say Deanna and Diana?
No, I said Diane and Diana.
Oh, Diane and Diana.
You are having a stroke.
I am having a stroke. Jesus Christ. Best episode yet.
I saw the sequel, and I remember nothing about it but Robert Corey. So it was still like a new experience. Because I was like, I thought this was the one. I thought this was the one that had because it takes place in Egypt, that had the curses of Egypt. And I'm like, no, it's not. Didn't have really any like really memorable kill scene. I mean, a couple.
The first one, with the
snake.
Oh,
snakes was pretty cool, but I feel like, let's not beat around the bush. Abominable Dr. Phibes is better.
Yes.
This is not a bad movie. It's still fun and campy, but it's not. It's not on the level. It was
a cash in. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Well, this was going to be a franchise.
Yeah.
They signed Vulnavia 2 to a 10-picture deal because they wanted to make Dr. Phibes a movie series.
And you know what killed it? And introducing, I don't even remember her name.
Yeah.
It's the one name I don't remember from this movie. It killed her career. All the Vulnavias in the world.
I feel like...
Question.
Do
you guys think... I'm interested here in Mike's... Steve's the horror guy. Do you think we could ever make these types of movies again? These Vincent Price type movies?
No.
Why do you think so?
If we gave indie horror a shot...
Because indie horror were the only people...
They would be the only ones that would do it. A big studio is not going to do this.
Yeah.
There's no way big studios...
Can it be made? Could you possibly do it? I think these are movies of their time. Like, I think this movie could only have been made in the 70s.
No, because here's the thing, right? These movies, I think if you showed, and I'm going to generalize a whole generation here. If you showed the Phibes movies to Gen Z, they would be like, lol, it's so bad. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Cringe.
And they won't realize that it was intended to be funny. Yeah. The Phibes movies weren't made badly. They were just made to be like kind of, everybody was drunk in the 70s. Watch Match Game, right?
Right.
Everyone was hammered. They were having fun. They were just like, it'd be crazy if we did this. Yeah, let's just do it.
Well, the other thing that we always talk about is everybody Vincent Price probably came from stage acting.
Right.
And so they always bring this grand aura to every role.
Yeah.
And it's nothing but silliness in front of them. And the other thing that I think is ridiculous that we'll never see again and why you would never see something like this is real sets. There's no special effects. There's real sets everywhere. They're interacting with everything. Ridiculous outfits, ridiculous sets, ridiculous everything.
Dude, and you can tell when something's a set. And I don't care how good the CGI is, right? There's something about it where...
Dude...
It just...
Except unless you're watching Neil Breen. That's seamless.
Oh my
CGI.
It's the best CGI I've ever seen.
No, but I would say the last movie that I saw that had kind of this, the last modern movie I saw that kind of had this, we're just going for it. We're going to have fun. It's going to be ridiculous, but we don't give a shit because this is the story we want to tell, was Turbo Kid.
Yeah.
Turbo Kid's awesome. So much fun. And I bet if you show it to people like, oh, it looks so fake. It looks so stupid. I don't care. It was entertaining as hell.
Right.
And it was 90 minutes.
I just love people can actually interact with something that's in front of them.
Right.
And I thought about it today because I was seeing some stupid fucking commercial and they had like the CGI robot next to them. And it's like, you could put a guy in a weird suit and whatever and interact with that. Because cosplayers are all the rage right now. You have kids on their own, out of their own pocket, making these cooler costumes and they can make it on CGI where people can just like not interact with it. It's fucking stupid. I hate it. I hate it.
Well, it's like I don't think kids now could watch a 2D cartoon like we grew up on anymore. It's got to be computer animated for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. It's like people like we're not like that way, but people our age can be like, I don't watch black and white movies, because it's old. I can't watch that.
Dude, that drives me nuts. There's so many good black and white movies.
Yeah,
There's tons of people like that.
Well,
Most
dude,
people are.
2D animation was even going down the drain back when I was going to college. I went to college for 2D animation, and it's in the course program for the upcoming year, and the counselor was like, yeah, those are going to get canceled. No one cares about that stuff. No one signs up for it.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, great. Okay, so I guess I got to figure out another career path.
Yeah.
But because when you see like Pixar's good, but when you see like the shit that's made for Saturday morning, it's dog shit. It's
right.
Computer animated stuff.
Yeah. No,
even the shit that was considered garbage, like the Hanna-Barbera shit, we all grew up on.
Right.
Is 10 times better than the
right.
Animation.
All the old cells, all the fucking dedication that went into all the shit.
I don't know if it was dedication. It was the slaves in Korea.
That too. That too.
I mean, I don't know. Is Simpsons is that computerized? Even though it looks like 2D, is everything computerized now? I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Modern Simpsons has to be 100% computerized at this point. Like the only thing unique about it is maybe they have some of the like writers from long ago working as producers or something. But you actually said you enjoyed a recent Simpsons episode.
Yeah, it was actually shockingly poignant and social commentary, which you don't really get anymore from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So, go listen to that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Dr. Phibes.
Dr. Phibes rises again.
Guys, I swear, we're talking about Phibes today.
Interesting intro. I didn't care for it. The recap.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you didn't, it worked if you'd never seen the first one. Of course, obviously, if you're listening to this, you had to have listened to our last episode, so you know exactly what happened. Right. But because it felt really like on the last episode of Dr. Phibes. It was like almost like Gary Owens was doing the voiceover. It was like, ew, I didn't like it. I mean,
I wonder if that's what they would have done with every other installment if they would have continued with the series.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so that I didn't like that.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me, but hey, it was 3 minutes, and I clocked it.
It caught you up. It told you everything you needed to know about the first one.
Right.
Which, I mean, you think back in the day, pre-VCR, you would be lost. Like, if I came into this, I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
The other good thing, it flowed you into where they were trying to get you set up for this movie.
Right.
Because it brings you right along to, finally, the moon is aligned just as I wanted it to, which also plays the grand theme of the movie. Topographical Earth changes constantly, but the stars never change.
Well, they do, just slower.
I know.
Stars do burn out.
I didn't like that either, but I didn't know if you were going to be the one who goes, actually. You did the actually.
That's my job.
With your metal little lady friend there, would she be okay with that? Or would she be like, come on, nerd?
I think she was cool enough. She would love our show and love Dr. Phibes. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. Hey, you should check out the show. I mean, I'm on it, but
right.
I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to push us on people. I think I should do that more often because maybe someone will listen to us.
Yeah.
Dr. Phibes. All right, we get the recap. And if you don't know the recap, then you need to go back and listen to the last week's episode.
Yeah,
we're not giving you the recap.
It'll only take you 2.5 hours.
Yes, but you'll get this scintillating talk as well.
Scintillating.
3 years later. Because remember, the cops found his hidden lair and well, there's obviously nothing in that coffin there.
I hate to intercede, but to answer a question from last week, which you guys know because you listened to the episode, and if you don't, then go back and listen to it.
They've been waiting.
Abominable Dr. Phibes takes place in 1925. This one takes place in 1928.
Interesting. Okay.
That's it? Yeah, I guess. I mean.
Yeah, it's 3 years later.
We did have that question.
Yep.
Yeah,
we were.
I was confused.
Yeah.
Because I think actually I mixed it up with Theater of Blood, which is the same premise because that was a contemporary movie.
Yeah.
But so 3 years later, the cops they said there's obviously nothing in that coffin there. I guess Dr. Phibes got away. So they just left Dr. Phibes and his wife Victoria in their waterbed / coffin.
Mirrored cocaine chamber.
Talk about 70s. That was a very 70s bed.
That was without. There was probably a disco ball in there or something.
They just needed some orange shag carpet.
I mean, we should not beat around the fact that he was removing his blood and filling himself with embalming fluid.
That's how you do it. That was old school cryogenics for 1926. 25.
And that's a source that you could
you
just
can do that, Griff.
Also,
try it.
just reverse.
Yes. which they probably just reversed the camera, like the footage.
They 1000% did. Yeah,
so yes, the moon comes in the proper conjunction with the crypt. The moon rays hit the moon that's on top of the coffin.
How? Who cares?
Yeah. Yes, he is buried. We learned that he is buried underneath rubble. But
listen, man. The beauty of the Phibes movies is you don't ask questions like that.
Right. Well, we learned that he's meticulous. We learned that from last week. If you throw a monkey wrench into his plans, it sets him up. Like Griff and his laptop.
Oh my god!
Rage. He's
I was
sweating.
waiting for him to smash some shit or bitch slap Vulnavia at one point. We got a new Vulnavia for this movie as well.
Yes.
Well, the original one was pregnant, so she couldn't come back for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would
I was
never have
wondering why
accepted
they got
that.
rid of her. Because she did a great job in the first
She
one.
did
Not
an
that this one
amazing
was
job.
This one was great, too.
But if we had a Vulnavia out there with a Prager belly, you'd be like, well,
we
she's...
need a Vulnavia, Griff. Where's our Vulnavia? Mattingly, your days are numbered.
Well, he's been on Match.com for the longest time trying to find us some more.
Yeah, Vulnavia is the silence behind the violence, man. She's a good sidekick.
She is such a... The only thing I didn't like about this Vulnavia, of course, was the eyebrows.
Yes. She was a very beautiful woman, but her eyebrows, I didn't like it.
Not to do the man
pencil
thing
eyebrows,
like,
people. We don't like that.
Just smile more. No, the pencil eyebrows has always been an awful look.
Yeah. So like you said, the embalming fluid gets sucked out. His blood is 3 years just sitting in some test tubes.
His wife looking as good as she ever has. It's been 9 years now since she's been dead. Looks
embalming
amazing.
fluid. We still don't know what killed. She died in an operating table. Of what? We don't know. We suspect it was a vax, but we don't know that.
Oh boy, that's why no one listened to Phibes the first time.
I want everybody to know
because of this shit.
I want everyone to know I got my Fauci ouchie on Tuesday.
Oh, you got another?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go in November.
You go in November?
So yeah, I double up with my flu shot.
That's smart.
That's what I did.
You do the Kelsey? You're going to be dating Taylor Swift soon.
The what?
That's Travis Kelce. He's out there. So you've got... Football player. Dating Taylor Swift.
And Aaron Rodgers gave a shit.
Now you know. Now you know. And then Aaron Rodgers on the other side being like, well, guys, I don't know if you need to get one.
Science is still not.
Science is up in the air, everybody.
Let's not get into this. Let's get into
Phibes. We're already far behind.
We didn't even say the C word, so that's even better.
Rises from his grave.
We're still on YouTube.
He literally breathes some fog in. This is his motivation. Pussy fog of his dead wife.
Did you not love that? I love that. Is that he is some guy? He's got some kind of funnel system from his pussy. His wife's still involved in vagina.
He put it in test tubes as well, and he took a big whiff. Get inspired.
What is it that's keeping Christopher Reeves going? He injected that into his wife's vagina so she could keep the fog going.
Christopher Reeves? Superman?
Yeah.
What?
Because he's crippled, isn't he?
He's dead. He's been dead for like 10 years.
You insensitive son of a bitch.
Yeah. You're thinking of the South Park episode where you suck in the Incrinodrome or whatever.
Adrenochrome.
Out of the baby.
Oh, he was eating like fetus or whatever. And that was given... So you think Phibes was doing some of that shit? By the way, what is Phibes' doctorate in again, Mike? Please remind us.
Theology and... organ grinding. I don't know. Music, was it?
One of the many.
One of the many.
Yeah,
they didn't go into the
and Clockwork Robots.
Because his Clockwork Robots are off the fucking charts in this movie. I didn't even realize one of them that happened in this movie, and I'm sorry, Murray.
So breathes in some fog, motivated. This is motivation.
Well, yeah, you need to have... That's like Folgers in the morning, you know?
Yeah. Best part of waking up is pussy fog in your cup. So he gets his feather duster out. Great, like you said, great hand acting. I think Billy Drago learned everything he knows from Vincent Price.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
dusts off
the flourishes and everything, the constant fanfare with his hands. He had Mickey Mouse gloves at one point where he had the black outlines in between the three main fingers.
Yeah, he's a classy guy.
What else was happening? I did notice in this movie, I gave total credit to Vincent Price for doing it in the original Phibes movie, but he had far fewer lines. He was always like throat miming, and in this one, he talks constantly, and
he does constant exposition.
Yeah,
that's his role.
It's his Laden film.
And speaking of exposition, he gives us the reason for this movie. He explains that he's going to retrieve the key to resurrection and eternal life from Egypt.
All right, Egypt.
So was So I guess that was all. That was like it's a continuation of his plan. The first movie was get his revenge, and the next movie is bring his wife back to life.
Right.
Okay.
This is on chart for you guys. I felt very. I don't know if you guys have played Castlevania 1 and 2.
I have not.
So Castlevania 1 killed Dracula. Castlevania 2. Oh, your brother killed Dracula wrong. So now you got to go find out his body parts scattered across the world, put them together, so Dracula can be resurrected, and then kill him the right way.
Oh.
So I was
Interesting.
I kind of was like feeling that vibe in this Phibe.
It's a 5 vibe.
5 vibe.
So he has to summon his henchwoman, Vulnavia, who's kept in a mirror chamber. It was really cool looking. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Right.
Because last we saw her face was melted by acid.
Right. We asked that question last episode, which everybody listened to, of course.
Right.
Downloads.
Everyone was cool, dude.
Numbers. We need them.
Yeah. I get Mike posited the idea. I'm going with it. She isn't one of his contraptions. She's not a human being. And that explains why. And she looks differently because he made a different one.
I like this idea.
Yeah, that's the thing. She died. The Vulnavia in the first one died. That's the Vulnavia chamber, that mirror, that thing.
Yeah.
And he just
Produces
next,
another one.
Vulnavia
Yeah.
2.0, and then she comes out.
His robots are incredible, as we'll find out later in the movie.
Then they go up on the Organ for their next journey.
And as we ascend that crest, we're getting into the top floor and waiting to see that grand wizard band and everything. Not King Gizzard and the wizard mechanical lizards, but the mechanical
Wizards.
The Clockwork Wizards.
The Clockwork Wizards.
I call them the Gizzard Wizards, but yeah. Yeah, we don't see any of that, but at the end of the movie, he told Vulnavia to destroy everything anyway, so I thought it was like, she did her job really well. But no, they demolished his abode, the Phibes lair.
Yeah.
And he's pissed because he needs his papyrus map.
Papyrus. This was great. Vincent Price saying papyrus. I could record just him saying papyrus and fall asleep to it every night.
His little safe, not a vault, it was a safe.
Yeah. I loved it. Because he's looking at his mountain of rubble where... Oh, there goes the beer.
Yeah.
Sorry. No feet were involved there. That's good. But yeah, so he's looking at all...
You got carried away. You got the 5 hand gestures
I know.
going.
I want to do it.
Flourish.
It's okay. It's behind me. You're drinking
No, I was looking for your paper towel, but...
Oh, no, it's behind me. I just love it, though, because he looks across all the rubble. It looks like fucking torn down bullshit. And he goes, I think my safe's over there.
Well, he knew where it was.
Right.
Sure
He's
enough,
meticulous. He knows it's exactly 3
very
steps south.
weird. Like, they partially cleared off. There was most of the rubble. It was a huge house. Most of the rubble, but they left a little rubble left for some reason. I don't know, to rub it in. Maybe they assumed he might come back.
Oh, I see what you did there. The rubble to rub it in.
No, that's just my genius. So, yeah, he's like pissed. Where is my papyrus map? Somehow he figures it out. It's got to be Darius Bombecker. Biterbeck. Glenbeck.
Darius.
And then we cut to Darius Bombecker. Biterbeck.
Beaterbeck.
Bo.
It's easy. Beaterbeck.
I'm not going to say it for the rest of the movie. It's Darius from here on out.
It's not in any of our notes. That's true.
We see Darius playing a little billiards, a little snooker, as they say in England.
Merry old England, yeah.
And he's with his buddy Ambrose, Dean Ambrose. And he's bleeding for some reason. I don't know why.
He chalks his cue and starts bleeding.
And they're talking. He's showing off all his many Egyptian artifacts. See, there's the cock of King Tut. Nobody has that.
Well, there's only one. Wait, that may have 2?
He was born with 2 on the vine. Phibes figures it out. There's only 2 guys really into Egypt and England at this time. Him,
only 2 guys who'd be into 2 dicks.
Yes. So he's outside listening. Darius is like, look at this map I just got. Isn't it cool? I finally figured out where the Temple of Hibiscus is, which we've never hear the word Temple of Hibiscus for the rest of the movie, just in the scene. And we're going to find the River of Life, the same River of Life that Dr. Phibes wants to find, to send his wife down, to rejuvenate her, to resurrect her.
That's right.
And he's just like, the stars and the moon will show the way, my good man. As he talks, his little side piece, Diana, shows up.
Well, you know that we all know
His Vulnavia, if you will.
it's kind of his Vulnavia,
Except
but
she talks way too much.
This is also bringing us back to Mike's theory that Vulnavia is a robot because Vulnavia does not talk.
Perfect woman, yeah.
I was agreed with that.
He almost got you last week on something too.
Oh shit. Okay. And so what? I'm so excited, but it's also you gotta attend parties. You gotta go do the fucking things.
Gotta mingle.
Yeah.
Right.
She's got the mink fur on and everything. She's got her hair all done up. It's like we gotta go fucking be socialites here.
So they're leaving for the night. They left their butler / like thug goon, George Amel Steele looking motherfucker. Except he had no hair. He had no hair.
Yeah.
He didn't have eyebrows.
Yeah.
Talk about Vulnavia. He wishes he had Vulnavia's eyebrows. He had no eyebrows.
Well, maybe she can draw some on for him.
And you know what? The way the douchey way Darius is, I bet he doesn't let him use his pool table. This is like him getting back at his boss.
Yeah, he poured himself a nice tall beer here, warm beer, of course.
Yeah, it's 1920s.
Yeah.
England, they don't drink it cold.
Right. And he's
Evens.
got the fucking. I don't even know if he was playing pool or if he was playing like the bumper pool side.
Obviously, he obviously never played pool in his life because he was really shitty at it. And you notice they cut, so you couldn't really see him. Because I saw one time where he hit the ball, he like grazed it,
dude.
And then they're like, "All right, we're not going to show you playing."
Yeah.
So he's probably a professional wrestler from the 70s or something.
He looks like he could have been.
Him versus giant haystacks. So he's playing a little pool, and then he hears that. And he's like, huh?
He's looking around. He thinks maybe the keg's,
leaking
or something.
Because we see Vulnavia has when you see this kind of what do you call it? It's not an urn. It's a kind of a basket.
Well, it's a woven basket.
And we go, that's a snake basket. We all know that's the international symbol of a snake basket.
It is.
Think Aladdin or anything like that. Any of those.
So she's got that. We're like, oh, something's going on.
That's
the damn Phibes and his fucking elaborate plans.
Right. And we know Phibes is outside. He's got his Russian hat on.
Yes.
Great look for fucking Vincent Price in this movie. I mean, we got over the fact that he is the crazy disfigured person. And now he's got these great hats and everything. He's accessorizing out his ass, and I love it.
So we see there's a snake, a python, boa constrictor, if you will.
Intense.
Just underneath the pool table, and the guy hears the hissing.
Right. So he's using the pool cue. He's doing the smart thing.
Stomping on it.
He doesn't break the pool cue in half. He uses the full reach, which was bonkers to me.
Alien to Steven Seagal.
Yeah, alien. Absolute. Like, wait, what? How would you not break? Anyways.
Crushes the snake. It's like, all right, back to pool. Then here's another snake.
Right. He's still hearing the slither, but as we're hearing as the audience, we're hearing a slither, but we're also hearing like gears turning.
Right.
And then he investigates, and it's master of robotics, Dr. Phibes, robot snakes.
Yeah.
And we know robot snakes are harmless. They don't have venom. They have oil. That's not going to do anything to you. So he sees another one. He's like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But this was the real snake. And it bites him right in the face.
My favorite part was that it has a wind-up contraption clearly scotch taped to its back.
Yeah.
That was so funny. And one of the things that drives me nuts is when you have a snake that clearly doesn't have big-ass fangs, like a type of snake that doesn't. Like this was a python.
Right.
But it bites you like it's a cobra or a rattlesnake or something in the movies.
It's especially good when it's obviously a python and then they have the rattle sound effect.
Right.
And you're like, okay, so it's a python.
It's like with hawks and eagles, you know? We've done the whole thing.
Well, we learned that the hard way.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way.
We always believed that eagles sounded badass.
Yeah.
No, they sound like turtles.
I use that as a fun fact, a Golan-Globus fun fact.
I'm glad we could get you there. What's fascinating though is that this billiard keeper, like you said, he's a fucking He's used to getting stabbed. He's poked a few eyeballs out in the wrestling ring from when the people run in on him. So he goes out because you said face. He got bit on the arm.
That's right. He did get bit on the arm.
So he takes a giant fucking Steve Irwin knife and just slashes his arm open and just starts sucking the venom out.
Right. He knows what to do. This happened before.
Right.
Right.
He's like, this is why I'm a housekeeper for a billionaire, is because I know how to suck out my own venom. So venom, topic of the hour. And so he's like, shit, there's too much venom in me. I got to go to the phone.
Well, we never hear him talk. Is he
mute.
Darius's Vulnavia too? Is he going to sign through the phone? I mean,
yeah.
We don't know. Maybe he's the man of few words. We don't know that he's mute.
Right.
Because he is using the phone.
Yeah. You would expect him to shout out oh fuck, but
no, that's how badass he is.
Yeah, exactly. He's mute about the whole thing.
So it's the old-fashioned 1920s phone where it's like the earpiece and you talk into the thing, and he puts the earpiece up, and then a fucking golden snake like letter opener, I don't know what the fuck it was, goes in one ear and right out the other.
It looked like a giant push pin went through his head. So that's the best way to think of it. Just a fucking thick ass gauge right through his brain.
And later the cops say it was a little golden snake, which I didn't pick up on when it happened.
I didn't.
Yeah,
either,
I didn't.
Yeah, it was. And falls dead, of course. And then that's when Dr. Phibes rolls in. He's got a little stethoscope. He's ready to crack some safes. Navy is just picking up the snake, cleaning the mess up. And, woman's work. And, Dr.
I watched the movie yesterday, and they were constantly doing this is just women's work.
Phibes, expert. He also has a doctorate in safe cracking. So.
That's right. I always tell people, this movie's campy. Like Looney Tunes level campy. He puts on the stethoscope and puts it to the safe and cracks it in no time.
He says, "My papyrus." Well, his neck says that. He doesn't say that. The next morning, Darius calls up the police. It's our old friend Inspector. I'm glad they brought Trout back. He didn't get pregnant.
Yeah.
He's back.
I like seeing Trout again. We don't get
Tom. Tom was busy. He might have been pregnant. Maybe he knocked up Vulnavia.
We do get Waverly, though.
Yes, we do.
And we don't get Crow.
No. And Darius is like, he's like, this is just some common thief.
Clearly.
I don't think so, sir. This looks very planned out.
Who else would have robotic giant snakes?
Right.
This is a common thief. Everyone uses robotic snakes. And he's like, this was planned, sir. Maybe a certain doctor did it.
Dr. Evil, of course.
All right. So Phibes keeps moving. Like the last movie, 90 minutes. Keeps moving. He's on that. He's getting ready for that trip to Egypt via Southampton. And he has this huge container. It's almost like an action figure container for his wife and the gizzard wizards. He goes nowhere without his band.
I love this part of the movie.
It's like a carnival contraption. It's got lights on it and everything.
Yeah. It's got the whole band. They're in the contraption. It's like when you go to the quarter machine and get the little toy out of it, that blister pack or whatever it comes in. Yeah. That's what he sets his band in.
Yeah.
But he also puts Vulnavia in one of them.
No, he doesn't. Victoria.
Yeah.
It's Victoria.
It's not
wife.
Vulnavia.
Oh, that was Victoria?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Caroline Monroe back again for another mute just lying in a bed.
Easiest paycheck she's ever got.
Right.
How much do you think she got
She's
for
used to
that?
getting paid lying down.
Murphy.
So, I'm just saying.
Is she a Booberry or is she a Frankenberry kind of girl?
No, she's what? She's not gay.
No, I'm asking what kind of cereal she eats, you fuck.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Cereal she eats.
Nothing with a lot of sugar, though. She's always been very slender.
Very slender? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's packed them up.
Shredded wheat.
She's a shredded wheat gal with just a pinch of sugar.
Great fucking poops on that woman.
Next thing you know, we're right on the boat.
Dr. Phibes.
Only on Golan-Globus Theater are you going to get wordplay like that. There's so many people who are missing out on that joke. Mike had to leave the room. Mike he had to go to the bathroom because he was going to piss himself on his own joke. So Phibes is right on the deck doing a little dance with Vulnavia. He's so ecstatic. He's ready to bring his wife back to life, Griff.
Man, you're getting a free trip to Egypt, I guess. I don't know how he's paying for all this shit. Where is he keeping all his money?
In his safe.
In his safe? Wait, the vault or the safe or whatever?
No, he has a vault for his money.
Next
he has a
to the
safe for his papyrus. No, he has a vault for his money. That's how much money he has.
Oh, okay. Scrooge McDucking down there.
Yes, he does swim in his gold coins.
Spit him out.
So, hey, Darius is on this boat as well. He's also going.
Right. And we got, okay, sorry guys, we're going back and forth over everything here. I don't know how it ended up in the notes, but we got Phibes, of course. We see Darius Biederbeck is on the boat as well. And then we go back over to Phibes, who, Phibes' whole thing is sitting in a quiet room looking at images of his wife.
Show how much unlove he is.
So he's got a reel-to-reel of just stills of his wife, the silhouettes of his wife.
And he's like, my hot and flexible wife, soon you will be double jointing for me again.
I will be in your arms, and you will be twisted around my nether regions. I long for the day.
This next scene, I was surprised that since we said Phibes is the exposition machine of this movie,
yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't read this. But no, it's Darius has to. I guess he's writing in his journal just to let us know.
He's writing it down. So I paused and I wrote some of these notes down, and then he read it back to me. I was like, what the fuck?
Yes. He apparently is he wants to be immortal as well. That's why he's searching for the river of life. And he's been living for Mike, are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Full bladder.
Full bladder.
I just didn't want to disturb our guests.
What we learn is that he's at least 100 years old.
Yeah.
How so, Griff? The elixir of life that he has, but he's running out. He's got 3 drops of it left.
Would you guys want to live if you had an elixir?
No. If I got to work for a living, no.
Yeah, man. I just anytime I watch
independently
a movie
wealthy, maybe
about people that want to live forever and stuff like that, I'm just like, why?
Well, it's usually rich people.
That's true.
It's people who don't have any relations with anything other than maybe like the person they're sleeping with or something. Because how if I went through my life losing people like you every 50 years, it'd be like, why would I want to be going through this constantly?
Like when people ask like if you had the chance to get turned into a vampire, would you? I was like, hard no.
Fuck no.
No.
It's like the whole fucking zombie phase when people are like, here's how I'm gonna survive the apocalypse. It's like, fuck no.
No, I'm dead.
If we're going through an apocalypse, I'm done. I don't need.
I'll probably punch my own damn ticket before it even gets too bad.
Yeah.
Like I'll wait to the point where I'm like, all right, doesn't look like this is getting reversed.
Yeah.
And I can't live comfortably anymore because now the zombies are headed my way. I'm taking a long walk off a short pier, pal.
Everybody, this is a hypothetical situation. There's no need to write in whispering, I should say, on our podcast. Man, the whispers.
Walking Dead makes it seem cool.
Some paparazzi got a picture of me and Joe Coleman hugging at the wrestling show, and I've been getting so many whispers about that. There is fan fiction.
They're not a couple.
We're not a couple.
Griff,
Rachel.
are you trying to say that your favorite cereals are the monster cereals?
Frankenberry. I saw him eating a bowl of Frankenberry with Joe Coleman.
We didn't go full Fucky Charms, though.
No.
No.
No, Griff is a yummy mummy.
I do like that name, Yummy Mummy. I've never had it. I had the wolf.
Oh, you didn't. You don't want to hear the sex hack, the cummy mummy.
I wolfed that brute down. Is all I'm gonna say.
You don't want to do a cummy mummy.
Oh.
So he's taking 3 drops of. He's got 3 drops left. He's just dropping on his tongue. It's like acid, but it's the acid of life. And he's like, if I fail in Egypt, I'm doomed.
That's right.
Ambrose walks in. Hey there, boy. The Book of the Dead. You've ever read this? It's pretty hot.
Yeah. Man.
Many people don't know how erotic the Book of the Dead really is. They've never read it.
That's right.
And he's listing off some things, and
this is where we get the line I brought up earlier, where it's just, hey, Earth's, the surface of Earth changing constantly, but the stars never. I've been alive 1,000 years now. Stars never change.
And then Phibes fills in a little exposition for us because they're going back and forth. In 3 weeks, the planets will align, revealing the secret tomb and key to resurrection. Darius is explaining, like you said, to Ambrose, hey, the stars, the moon. yada yada.
We get an interruption, kind of.
Well, because Ambrose is getting hyped. He's like, I can't wait. Where's it? Where's it at again? He's like, I got a relief map of the mountain. If you want to check it out, I have it back in storage. Check that out.
Oh,
so Ambrose is like, I have to see it. I have to see it again.
I thought he was just a drunk.
No, he wanted.
Because of
he's just a giant fucking nerd.
Okay, okay. He's got giant eyebrows. That's for sure. He's making up for where Vulnavia is lacking on eyebrows.
Yeah.
Good point.
And
astute observation.
Thank you.
Darius is like, oh, go look at it. I got it in storage. So he goes down to check out the map again. And as he's down there, because for some reason, I guess this is like a booze cruise and some gin company is like funding it because they have their like gigantic gin bottle there for some reason.
And of course, Ambrose is like, oh, he's fingering it. I wish this were real. Nothing like this on the ship, though, is there? But he tells the ship hand, go ahead and leave. I'll figure out where my luggage is and everything. He can just riff on everybody's shit.
Right. We didn't know his name is Ambrose Hageman. This is an ancestor of Griff.
He's just griffing around the cargo
This is your
hold.
great-grandfather, Ambrose.
Yeah, that's why I have his eyebrows.
And he starts looking through shit, and he happens upon the Gizzard Wizards. And if you see that...
He sees that... Well, he saw Victoria at first, and he was just like, I could pound a quarter out on this one.
Are you implying he's going to despoil Dr. Phibes' wife?
Yes.
Is it because she's dead?
Yes.
Or it's just, hey, she's dead,
He's into... Well, what were you just saying? He was reading the book.
He's reading the Book of the Dead.
Of the Dead.
It fits.
He's getting a necro boner.
No. He was getting excited. Necronomicon. Is what you said, and he was like, "I gotta get in on this more."
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah." We always say like, "Well, a song isn't going to cost someone to do something. Maybe a book would."
A book would.
And this thing don't read.
Yeah.
It leads to trouble, people.
That's right.
So he starts going for it, and Phibes ain't gonna allow that.
No,
don't touch my fucking bitch.
Right.
So he goes in for the kill. I think we don't see it.
We don't see it.
No, this was a very choppy edit because you see him put his hand around Ambrose's throat. Ambrose says, "Harder, Daddy," and then it like cuts away, and then I think it cuts to a close-up of the giant bottle.
I think it's just him throwing something up. We see
we see the giant bottle, and then it like cuts to something else, and then we see Phibes very clearly with nothing in his hands, kind of like pantomime a lunge, and then you hear a splash.
Yeah. Splash.
It was a very bad edit.
Yeah.
And so now we get a very nice cameo appearance for another horror legend. Because we see Darius is waiting in his cabin. What happened to Ambrose? The captain walks in. And who is it?
Peter frickin' Cushing.
Class in this fucking movie up.
That's right.
And he's the captain. And he's just like, well, do you have any idea when he like disappeared? Because we have to turn around. We have to find this guy. And Darius is like, no, we don't.
Yeah,
we can just keep on trucking, my dude.
It sounds like they had already kind of like slowed the boat down to try to figure out where this guy's at. Because he's like, it's been 2 hours. No, my friend's dead.
Yeah,
don't worry about
fuck
it.
Him. He's like,
this is like the second person Darius has been like, fuck him. I got other things to do. Let's keep going.
Right. Hey.
Show must go on.
The world moves on. I'm not going to hinder everybody else on this boat.
Which made me confused because now at this point, is Phibes the hero that we're supposed to be rooting for? Because this guy's a dick.
I think we're always supposed to be rooting for Phibes.
Right.
Yeah.
And the first one, I didn't think we were. I thought he was like a lovable villain, but he was out murdering
He's anti-hero.
people.
He's an anti-hero.
Okay.
Yeah.
The original Stone
No, we're
Cold.
definitely on Phibes' side in this movie.
Yeah.
Because he's doing it for the right reasons, which we learn in the very end.
Right.
Darius is all about himself.
It's true.
So he's like, he's like, sir, I can't do that. It's like, hey, what am I paying you? Do it. And then the captain just walks out. And that's the last we ever see of the great Peter Cushing. Just a nice little tidbit.
And we get a nice little cut of what did happen to Ambrose. He was put in that giant gin bottle.
How did he do that? Is it like putting a boat into a bottle? Do you take Ambrose apart and then slide his body parts in and then sew him up?
He was a portly man.
Listen, Phibes has doctorate in putting
Biology?
things into other things that they can't normally fit into.
Better believe it. Putting things into other things.
Oh boy! That's trying to.
I guess they were just the tides. I don't know what, but it just washed up on the shores of England. So Trout finds this.
Yeah. And right before that, though, someone's like, "Has he ever been known to hit the bottle?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are a lot of those.
I thought that was Cushing's line. Has he been known to hit the bottle?
Yep. And then all of a sudden, we see him in the bottle.
In the bottle.
Washes up on shore. No message. That's just an Ambrose.
Yeah.
And so let there be a lesson to you, Griff, about griffing. You might wind up in a bottle.
Fuck that. If I die
You
that
ain't no
way,
genie.
then that's the way I want to go.
Listen, if your end comes and Tim and I feel like it was
Suspicious?
we will Phibes the shit out of people trying to get revenge, man.
I like this commitment. Are you willing to agree to this commitment?
I'll do on the weekends.
Tim has more charisma than me though, so I'll have to be his Vulnavia.
Yeah. You'll be in the background, just kind of like, with that hat. You
Right.
got the cabbie hat on, just like kind of punching your hand while Murray does the stern talking.
I will just, I'll vamp.
Are you going to get a mesh shirt for this mission? You know what? I'm going to buy a mesh shirt.
Did Phibes wear a mesh shirt?
No, but I'm saying
I'm gonna wear robes.
When you're going
Are you implying that Tim is like Danzig 6-7 era?
Yes.
How dare you?
If you're going to avenge...
I'm at worst Danzig 2, all right?
Okay. Well, hey, we can talk about this off mic, but look, if you guys are avenging my death, I want you to look good while you're doing it.
Well, I said I was going to wear some luxurious robes like Phibes wears.
But I'm going to pay for it, so we'll work it out. I'll get a lockbox.
Griff just wants to see me in a mesh shirt.
I'll be
or something.
dead!
I'm gonna get you some long
No,
ass
but this is
vinyl
something.
gloves.
This is an ongoing thing. It's not happening, Griff. I'm not wearing a mesh shirt. That is Danzig's thing. I'm not crouching on his style.
Encroaching.
All right. So now we get our comic relief characters, if you will. Trout again, and Waverly, his boss, who's always upset with him.
We're back over to the Scotland Yard.
He's doing what every good captain does, screaming at his subordinates about getting the job done. What's going on with that butler?
Tea's too cold, didn't get the right amount of milk inside of it, all the good shit.
And we know Trout, he's got a clockwork brain. He's just like, he's always putting things together. He's like, I think that Dr. Phibes is around again. It's only been 3 years. Because he's like, guy in a gin bottle, snake through the head.
Right.
Some people say it's a common criminal.
Some people would.
I say it's a criminal genius.
I say it sounds like the work of someone who's abominable.
Ooh.
And we ain't talking about the snowman.
Right. And Waverly is kind of like, I don't see how this connects. He was in a giant bottle, and then Waverly hits him with the line, corked?
Yeah, it must be a British thing.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
All right. Phibes and Vulnavia are now in Egypt. They're on a sand dune. They got like a tent up. They're enjoying themselves. They're eating dates.
It's a very Instagram moment, like an influencer type thing, where you're in this. It looks like they're a new house construction. They just tore out the landscaping and everything. They're up there in a netted white lining and everything.
Yeah.
They got
a lot of mosquitoes and shit.
Yeah, beautiful spread of fish.
Right.
Local fish.
And he's just like, you did it again, this wonderful fish. And we saw in the last movie, he drinks through his neck.
Yeah.
He also eats through his neck.
Do you think, say he succeeds in this movie or a future movie, don't want to spoil anything for anyone, in getting his wife resurrected, what does Vulnavia do?
She just sees to them, takes care of them.
Okay. You don't think Vulnavia would get jealous at all?
No, not at all.
No.
She has just as much love for Mrs. Phibes as
Mrs. Phibes. Do you think Victoria would be jealous of Vulnavia?
I think that could be an issue.
That could be an issue.
But I believe that Phibes' relationship is totally father-daughter. I don't think he has any sexual intentions for Vulnavia.
I never got the vibe that he was wanting to get to know.
He's
Vulnavia
devoted
like
to Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all the shit he went through.
They do a lot to make sure that point gets across. So I agree with that. But yeah, at the same time, it's like, is she fluffing? Is she doing something? I mean, this is back in the 1920s, so
There's a possibility.
yeah.
that when Victoria doesn't want to do her wifely duties, that she will go to Vulnavia's room.
Yeah.
Because Phibes is a horn
Vulnavia
dog.
will take
His
care of
dick
you.
did not get burned off.
I mean,
That's
he's
what I'm
getting
saying.
older, though.
Or maybe it did. Because you notice he didn't wear a mask. He wore prosthetics. He put a nose on for his ears. Does he put a dick on?
That's
Does
a good
he
question.
have a prosthetic dick?
That's a good question.
He might have a clockwork penis.
Clockwork. Isn't that what they used to use to
Gotta
get
get
people
piston in
aroused?
it. It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
If you had ED back in the day, isn't that what they did? Put like clockwork in there so you could crank it up.
That's going to be my
With the key?
next steampunk outfit.
Dr. Cockwork.
The amazing clockwork cockwork.
All right, Mike, you're tagged in.
So they are enjoying a nice meal of fish, but we get a nice little gag where, no pun intended, where Dr. Phibes spits up a fish bone through his neck. Get on the mic, Griff. I mean, Mike.
I'm going to have to get right back up.
Oh, are you worried about the dog?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on my own, apparently. So they have their nice meal. Now it's time to go down into the tomb of Ibycus, I think it was called, and check out their lair. And then this was weird because it's like they're acting like they're looking for it, yet he had some kind of construction crew put a new lair inside this Egyptian tomb.
Right. Yeah, that didn't make any sense
Complete
at all.
with the gizzard wizards and his organ. He goes nowhere without his organ. As well, we learn, yeah.
He'd already furnished this place, so I don't know if it was just like, I put it around here somewhere, right? Like he was just kind of remembering where it was.
Because
not
this
finding it for the
is
first
an
time.
ancient Egyptian tomb.
Yeah.
So he just renovated it.
Right.
He gentrified it, if you will.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah. So that was kind of strange that they're kind of looking around. It's like, oh yeah, here it is, and like there's like we see these two giant feet like of a statue, and in between the feet is the little secret compartment door that goes down to his lair.
He's like the white millennial is like, oh yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Yes,
your parents are subsidizing an apartment for you to say that you're from Brooklyn.
Right. You want to get that street cred. We said that before. Rich kids they want to get their street cred.
Yep.
And so he's got his finest robes on, no mesh shirt to be seen. Vulnavia has her white safari gear on. She's always dressed for the part.
No long-fingered vinyl gloves.
Oh man.
No,
I
no gimp mask.
No giant belt buckles.
And they're like they're just reacquainting themselves with their lair. All right, this is where Victoria will go. Cut 2. Waverly calls in Lombardo, another familiar face from last movie. I guess Long Dong. What was his name? Longstreet. He had a cousin named Lombardo because they look remarkably alike.
Lombardo.
Yeah.
I looked it up. The guy's name is Terry Thomas. Is the actor's name?
Super glad that he's back.
Yeah, I
he was so good in this.
Yeah, I really like these.
He apparently owns the Booze Cruise line.
Yeah.
And they're asking him questions.
Of course, this is like the original. What you do in Vegas, you don't talk. What is it? What is the?
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's his booze cruise.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're like
debauchery.
Yeah, they're like, have you seen anything odd? And he's like, my lips are sealed.
You wouldn't believe the shit I've seen, son.
Yeah.
But can't talk about it.
Yeah. So I will see myself out. And then he's like, one more thing. He was a Columbo.
Columbo's him, yeah. Good call.
He's like, there was one guest. This is the weirdest thing we've ever had. And we've had fucking Animal Acts.
No, he no-sells it. He's like, well, I mean, I guess if you get a press me on it, there was one kind of strange thing. Kind of. Not the weirdest. By a far measure, not the weirdest.
No dwarves or anything?
No. This guy brought his whole mechanical life-size band on the boat.
Yeah, he requested an organ, and the guy's like,
yes.
An organ?
Yeah. They're all both looking in the air, scratching their chins.
I like this, though, because Waverly's like, oh, great, get out of my room. Get out of my office.
Then Trout, who he never gives up.
Yeah.
He's like a trout or a salmon, if you will, going upstream.
Yeah, say salmons are known for going upstream.
And he asks, this wasn't booked by a Dr. Phibes, was it? No, Smith. Everybody Smith on the booze cruise.
Right. And again, Waverly's just like, yeah, I'm the man, it's Smith. Why is he just like, get this man out of here?
He just wants to close cases. He doesn't care about justice.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. He's typical captain. He just wants to be done with
And he's
everything.
like, no. There was a very hot and flexible woman, though.
Excuse me.
Very fashionable. Didn't say a word.
Very fashionable.
Would you say this woman's tall?
Quite.
Oh!
She could have been a Chippendales dancer, yes. I remarked on that.
Waverly.
And she was quite odd. She was the one odd one, because she never talked.
She never talked, yes.
Except she does talk to these people off. She just doesn't talk on camera, because apparently she does do things for...
She does all the
Phibes.
transactions, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, nothing strange. Everybody pays in cash on the fucking booze cruise.
This is back in the day.
Right.
Well, I guess the only difference was like they mentioned a check,
Yeah.
but still in the 20s it'd be like, come on, you're paying cash,
Right.
Or gold bars.
right? Gold teeth, gold bars. You know,
That's how you paid off your senators or your
Right.
congressmen. And he's like, all right, and then Trout goes, it looks like Dr. Phibes has risen again.
Oh no, the Phibes has rise.
Speaking of Phibes and Vulnavia, they're chilling. They're getting the place ready for Victoria, painting a mural on the wall.
Beautiful.
Vulnavia, always these like beautiful diaphanous gossamer gowns, this billowing, flowing, painting. Multi-talented Vulnavia. She might not have a doctorate or anything because she wasn't allowed to. This is in the 1920s. She could even vote probably.
No, she could not.
I want someone to release Dr. Phibes trading card set of just all the random cutaways to Dr. Phibes and Vulnavia and the random stuff they're doing. Like painting, holding the bat cage, the snake baskets, a tuba.
That would be
Yeah.
a great children's book.
I would like that.
What Phibes and them get up to when they're not revenging.
Right.
I'm glad you brought
Relaxing.
up playing cards though, because you did put playing cards in the last VHS box set of trinkets for me.
Ah, yes, the creep show cards.
And Kayla came over and she's like, "Oh, let me see that." And she's looking through and she gets that. She says, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "You don't recognize what that is?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Those are playing cards. Those are fucking
Well, trading cards.
trading cards, not playing cards. Playing cards is, yeah." She didn't
Wait.
recognize them at all.
Well, I
Never
guess
heard of baseball cards?
Apparently not. Apparently she's
maybe she
seen that
never
shit.
collected any. I mean,
Well, that's
she,
a boy thing.
She's like, all right, so they weren't really making like girl geared.
Yeah.
Magic? Isn't
Right.
that boy and girl
But they
thing?
don't put them in that wax set. It's like a
Those old wax packs are great.
the wax packs are fucking great.
So back to Lombardo. Well, Lombardo's seen out. We're now back with Trout and Waverly. They are like they go into their back in their office, and there's a woman waiting there,
That's right.
Miss Ambrose, but she is a cousin,
Cousin.
She was great too.
She was great. Yeah.
and we see Griffin runs in the family because she is just looking at these maps that are laid out,
Yeah.
blaming them for laying them out. Well, they're laying out. I should be able to.
They're
Right.
on
The
your desk.
maps were in a common area
This is true.
to defend Griff.
This is
They
true.
were
Thank
on
you.
somebody's desk. You don't go through people's desk.
These cops barely know what the fuck they're doing. They need my help.
And she's just like, well, exactly, because she's just like, oh, no, that's not the right. It's clearly not made of papyrus. It's the map underneath where you want to go. That is where Dr. Phibes or my cousin Ambrose.
Would be heading to.
Egypt. I guess we're going to Egypt, sir.
He's been waiting to get a trip to Egypt for a while now.
All right. Darius finally shows up himself. And he is like, hey, what's going on? Why you guys are supposed to wait for me. Sorry, we're straight Griffin. We're going through this fucking tomb on our own. We can't wait. Because we have no impulse control.
We want to get a little of the early dust off for you, sir. That's
He's
all.
pissed. As any person with class would be. And he's just like, no!
How dare you do the job I paid you to do?
But not on the time. He wanted to be there, all right? He's paying big money. He wants to be the first white man to gaze upon the tomb of Hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
So
It's a nice
he
flower.
rushes out to that tomb. And we see the guys just fondling everything. A right griffing time, if you will.
This is why I did enjoy this movie. There's a lot of Griffin around. There's so much. And
Did you feel seen?
Did I feel seen?
Yeah, like when people say "I feel seen" when someone represents them.
Oh wow, I've
media.
never heard that. Yeah, no, the robes that Phibes is wearing in a lot of these spelunking scenes, like we talked about already. No, that's exactly my spelunking gear. It'd be like fucking robes like that.
He's
like
full on Rudy Valentino because he's got the chic gear on. He's got the fucking headdress. And,
yeah, you're right.
And he's like, as every great man, going back to Caligula. They have their falcon, their hawk. Was it a hawk? I thought it was a falcon.
Dude, I couldn't tell what it was.
Falcon is kind of a rich guy's hawk. So
right.
Let's hit a falcon.
It depends on where you were at in the world too, because falcons are hawk.
I'm pretty sure that the Middle East they're obsessed with falcons.
Falcons.
I don't know if they're from native to the Middle East.
No, they are. They are.
Okay.
Falconry. That's like where it's.
Well, we're gonna say a falcon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a falcon
or falcon.
I feel good about falcon.
I went with hawk because of that screech, Murray. We already talked about it. We did that research.
Maybe a falcon has a pretty weak
predatory
screech.
Maybe falcons are just like, hey guys.
Yeah, really. That's what it would be.
So he's like, my falcon, your time will come. And this time does come because we see a guy rifling through a tomb, a passageway.
I heard him say, Falcon, I hear your tumbly or rumbly. Get out there and find you some food.
And he does find it in one of Darius's goons and attacks him and, stop, and it claws his face and somehow dies from getting clawed in the face.
This has got to be one of the Egyptian prophecies, too, like one of the plagues. That was
Plague
like
of falcons?
That was the addendum.
No, see, the first movie, he had a rule book. He was going by the plagues. This is Phibes just letting his hair down, having fun, guys.
He's winging it.
He does say...
No pun intended.
He does say after killing the strong wrestler Butler, he's like, Victoria, I did not think I would have to kill again, but here we are. I'm so good at it. Oops. Whoops, I did it again.
So the Falcon makes a meal of this goon. Did you enjoy your meal, my precious Falcon?
Isn't it amazing that the Falcon dragged the body back into Phibes' organ layer?
Well, yeah, that's his job.
Yeah.
Vulnavia can't do everything.
Yeah, that's true.
She's working on that sweet-ass fucking graffiti.
And she's working on her tuba play, too.
I love that. I love that. 'Cause speaking of tubas, the very next scene... We just see she's wearing another beautiful, sheer, gown, and she has a sousaphone on her.
So, is it sousaphone?
Yeah, sousaphones are the ones that wrap around your body.
Oh, okay.
But it made sense because Phibes plugged into it because he didn't have his gramophone.
That's right. I did really, I already said, this movie, they have him talking constantly. I get it. Can't be, a reveal again in this movie, but I love that for, how does he talk?
Yep.
She's got the tube or the sousaphone around.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And we see that the old tomb that they built his tomb above, this is where the gateway to the river of life.
That's great.
So you say something?
Oh no, I thought she found it or something happened on it.
I think they well, that's what I don't understand. It's kind of like he seemed to already know.
I didn't get.
This is in my mind. It's kind of like while he was doing his abominable Dr. Phibes shit, the revenge shit, he was having the construction crew working on his next lair.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it would take about 3 years to make a perfect lair with an organ.
Yeah,
with
a steady crew.
Right.
With a steady crew, yeah.
Yeah, non-union.
And lots of hidden doors and passageways because that's just fun.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, I'm a total D&D nerd. Can you make me a nice fucking...
Yeah, that would be perfect for the gelatinous cube.
There we go.
There you go, some D&D for you. I know my D&D.
Is it?
They had one of those in the Dungeons & Dragons movie, the recent one.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, somebody got in it, and their thing was they were going to try to run through it.
Oh, was this the recent one? The most recent one?
The most recent.
People were saying it was pretty good.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I like fantasy that takes itself seriously, like Conan. This is we're gonna have fun with it, which I was fine with it. There was a nice little gag where at the end they have a maze they have to go through, and they have the kids from the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon in it.
Okay.
You see them in the background.
That's fun.
kind of cool.
Getting back to this.
Yeah.
So he's opening up the tomb of some Ramses the condom, and it's It's just your classic King Tut fucking thing. The effigy of him on the top.
Yeah.
And we learned that the Egyptians were also, they had doctorate in robotics apparently, because they have like a snake gear shift on
my God.
This was such a cool device.
Please, Mike, tell us more about the gear.
It was this the whole thing wasn't gold. Like
no, it
top,
was.
I think was just gold.
I think the top was gold.
But there was like a gold snake head that when you pushed it one way, it opened the top of the sarcophagus up.
Yeah.
And then when you pushed it another way, was it when you pushed it the other way, the key came out of the mouth like the snake's tongue, or the secret compartment?
Well, there were
opened?
3 ways. Yeah,
There were 3 ways?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like you
Everything
said,
in Phibes'
like
life
you said,
is a 3-way.
for some reason we need a secret compartment in case the pharaoh wanted to surprise somebody or something.
Maybe to hide the valuables.
Yeah.
And Vincent Price's reaction to all this is so fantastic.
The throat acting through the roof.
Oh my God, because he pulls the lever, the stick shift, we should call it, one way, and the sarcophagus opens.
Excuse me, Griff?
Yep.
Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus.
Opens up, and he's like, "Oh, that's delightful."
And he sees that it's empty.
Yeah.
He's like, aha! He's immortal now. It works. This is gonna work.
Yeah. And then he puts it into reverse, and a bottom panel opens. Reverse, back door, of course.
Well,
it
it
makes
did
sense.
kind of like grind a little because he's not used to it. He's used to an automatic.
Yes.
Because he's Dr. Phibes.
There were pedals on the floor that he also had to work with.
Yeah, he didn't hit the clutch properly and it stalled out on him.
Exactly. And that revealed the bottom panel that he's like, oh, you gods and your knowledge. I thought I was the only mechanical wizard.
I will place Victoria in this compartment. Why? I don't know. You could have just put her in the empty coffin.
That seems really sad. The first time he said this, I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. Are you going to go on the top and she's on bottom?
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Maybe he's worried about customs, like opening it up. Like, what's in this? He's trying to steal a mummy out of here?
Right. Something like that, I guess.
But finally, he finds the key. The key comes right out of the mouth of the snake.
Right. What did he put it in? What gear was it?
It's neutral. And he's just like,
neutral.
Finally, the key to the gates to the river of the life of the this of the cat.
He doesn't even know what the key's for.
Yeah, he's like, why not? It's like he sees there's a great that like
it's so silly because he's in this downward passage. There's one little like flow of water, a little stream that butts right up there, and then there's one gate keeping him from going through it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun finding where this key goes to." But then he puts it back into the snake's mouth.
Yes, because
he doesn't want to lose it.
For reasons.
Yeah.
Because.
He has other things to take care of.
Phibes is a genius. It's too simple for him.
It's just too simple.
He's like, the ancient pharaohs had to have some complicated thing like I would have.
I want to say this real quick, is that I noticed he brought his whole organ with him. We talked about in the last episode that he also had a rotary phone built into it. I did notice there was one shot where you could see the rotary phone was clearly there. And I was like, please tell me, this motherfucker in the middle of a mountain has his organ hooked up to a phone line and he's going to call somebody.
That would have been great.
It doesn't happen.
Well, he was going to call somebody. Maybe in like the scenes we don't see where him and Vulnavia, maybe they crank yank people.
That would be really fun.
That's what they do on their downtime.
I watched Ghoulie Street and they could not stop saying yank. It was a college prank movie, and they were like, "We're gonna yank these guys."
Ghoulies 4 has been ordered, so I'll let you know when it's available.
Darius's crew, they're working on trying to get through that door. They don't know what's going on. Diana's just chilling in her tent, and she notices something at her feet. What was it? Was it like there was a jewelry? I don't remember.
It was like something shiny. I think she thought it was jewels because it was like
ladies. They see jewels.
She literally is. Gold digging.
So she starts yeah.
What does gold digging get you every time, though? Basically, Red Scroll.
Red Scroll?
We're adding letters, so Darius.
I'm not adding anything.
That's right, you're swapping.
I'm subtracting, yeah. To get it straight. Unlike the cereal monsters. So she starts digging, and it's fucking the Falcon Goon. And she's just like, oh, shit, I guess I got to tell somebody about this.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
So back to Phibes. He's watching everything with his fucking telescope, enjoying it.
Where are we at this point? We're just up on a mountain somewhere.
Yeah, at the camp. So Diana runs to the outer tomb, and she's like, Darius is just bitching. Do that, like classic, like, delegating.
Right. Rich white guy knows best how to solve every problem. This is where you had mentioned we saw the feet of just some kind of giant statue or something.
They're trying to get into that doorway in between the feet.
Yeah.
And she's like,
I need help right now.
Derry. She calls him Derry.
Derry.
I need to talk to you right now. He's like, oh, I'm busy. No, I'm really need to talk
with my friends.
He's just like, women. Looks at the guys, rolls his eye, goes, what do you want? And she's like, oh, I found a dead body. Let me show you. And he's like, fuck. He's like, time's a waiting. Big deal. It's buried already. What do you want? And she's like, why are you so obsessed with this? He's like, look, classic like Three's Company thing. He's like, I'll tell you later. I get to tell you in one sentence. I mean, it would be hard to digest. I'm immortal.
Yeah.
But I think,
would you still classify that as being immortal?
Well, as long as he has his elixir, he's immortal. So I guess, I don't know what that's called.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That seems like you're glomming onto it.
Well, I mean, what's a vampire? He's immortal, but he needs blood to survive.
True, but that's not one essence somewhere in the world. Humans are
readily
everywhere.
Available.
So what? What's that have to do with anything?
Scarcity is everything, Murray.
What's that got to do with him, whether he's immortal or not?
Well, he gets to live, like every year or something? It sounds like he's been having...
He needs apparently a few weeks, apparently, because he took a drop on the...
Jesus Christ, yeah. We'll get there.
We don't know what this elixir is. It could be, I don't know.
Like you said, it could
dwarf
just be fucking
piss.
acid.
I don't know. It could be whatever.
It could be anything.
And so, okay.
Dwarf piss.
I don't know.
It's always going to dwarf piss. It's the thing he would most revile.
Inside, back in the tomb, Victoria has her own Rolls-Royce coffin. It had the grill of a Rolls-Royce on the end. I don't know why. And it's like a glass-encased coffin, perfect Snow White coffin.
Oh, you failed to mention, like, inside, while all of Diana's theatrics are going on, Phibes is hiding there in plain sight without his makeup on.
Oh, that was a good... I like that.
It was a really good one.
Yeah, because there's like a pile of skulls, and one of them is Dr. Phibes. Yeah.
So we get to see, like, the real
And that's the only
face.
time we ever see the real Doctor.
Right.
And that's the only reason
Which is
why,
a bummer.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I wanted to go back.
That was a good little
I
thing.
love that. And he comes back in the room, and just like the kid out of the Sandlot who has the vacuum explode on him, he shakes himself. Those idiots!
And then
so good.
Did Vulnavia have like her tray of his face things? He just puts them on or something like that. I don't remember.
They do it in post or something. Yeah. They
But
didn't put as much.
There, he's getting ready. He's getting ready. It's because it's like 3 days now until the moon is at the right place. So they're wheeling in Victoria. For some reason has to be hidden inside this sarcophagus. Maybe he figured it's
I'm sorry, the what?
Sarcophagus.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I said it the English way.
Yeah.
Not
the proper English. English.
Yeah, with an English accent. Yeah. It's a sarcophagus when you say it with an English accent.
It's
sarcophagus, American style.
Okay.
Or in Denmark.
Yeah.
So he's so because he goes by the book. He's like she's got to be in this sarcophagus. Because that's the way that the Pharaoh came back to life.
yes.
So it's got to be perfect.
Right.
All right, so that's all set up, and
I'm so far behind at this point in the notes.
He just does another exposition dump. The river of life. Soon we will flow into the river of life. Yada yada yada. Are they gonna stay on Earth? Where the fuck are? Because he makes.
I have no idea what the end game is past getting Victoria back to life.
This is why I said it was Castlevania too. Like, we killed Dracula, but also now you need to resurrect Dracula and kill him the right way. Because it's like His goal and the whole time was to resurrect her, but the whole time it was like, I got to get your vengeance, and then I can sleep with you. Dead, not penetration. And he embalmed himself, but he reversed it. I didn't know there was a reversing. And so now it's like, yeah, what do you do? She's back.
Are they going to Egyptian heaven?
I have no idea.
None of us know. So we're on an adventure.
Hey, maybe
Like I think I don't know if the plan is to like murder suicide, like bring her back to life so they can die together. Because in the first
No,
movie,
they
he
wanna live
talks
together.
about going to the Great Elysian Fields with her.
They want to be a well
Great
because
Elysian Field.
well that's because I don't think they thought there was going to be a sequel. So
Okay.
there was, yeah. He was gonna get his revenge and then die. But now we need a sequel, so he's gonna bring her back to life.
Maybe the final.
So-
I've only heard the first 3 tracks of this new Giz album. That's all concept album based on Egyptian.
Maybe it's
myth.
based on Dr. Phibes.
Maybe it's based on Dr. Phibes, and the final 4 songs are like the sequel to Phibes Rises Again.
I think we need to get something going on with Gizzards.
The Giz Boys, yeah,
We need to cross promote.
yeah. I'll have to call up Stu and be like, hey man, I buy all of my albums straight from you guys.
So we don't know what's happening, and neither does the audience, which is good. The audience shouldn't know.
Yeah.
We're following the story.
Yeah.
Later that night, Diana's getting ready for bed. All the pervs are jerking to her silhouette in the tent.
It's classic shit. Fog. Thank you, Mike. Fog billowing out of her tent, and you got the smokestack thing going on. You can see that she's got no ass. Actually, did women in the 1920s have ass?
No,
When did it become?
Ass is a new thing. It
Yeah,
was
no,
it was
ass
for
is a new thing.
centuries. It was all about tits.
I watched a 90s movie with Kayla. And she was even asking that about a 90s ass. She's like, is this how asses used to look?
No, they were obsessed with flat asses. They didn't want to. They actively did not want
Were
to
they?
have big asses.
Yeah.
They really?
I've heard women say that in
Yeah.
90s TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
because it was.
Does it make my ass look big?
It's
Now
it's
does it make my ass
it's
look big?
it's
Yeah.
the white European aesthetic, like
Right.
It's the Taylor Swifting. Of the
They
world.
want them top and
That's
front
what they
heavy.
think. Like I said, that's the WASP idea of beauty. Taylor Swift, no curves, blonde hair, blue-eyed, tall.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
Not my thing.
If that's your thing, Travis Kelce, more power to you. I can't wait to hear the song written about how awful you are.
Right.
We are going to be doing a Mermadden breakdown on that song.
Yeah, I just can't imagine being in the type of headspace where you're like, yes, I want to risk pissing off her fans.
I know, right?
Like you're playing with fire. Anyway,
that's
Well, yeah,
interesting.
no, because now it's an ego thing. Like, I want her to write a song about what a douche I am.
Maybe.
So, yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, what was the second Danzig movie called?
Death Rider in the House of Vampires.
You gotta do if he ever releases that movie. Are you gonna do it with us?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm waiting for him. He took it to Cannes, and apparently no one bought it.
Him and Neil Breen. That's why we can't see the new Neil Breen movie, because he's taking it to all the film festivals.
And like I don't know if anyone bought it. I'm shocked Cleopatra hasn't just put it out. They're the ones that put out Veronica,
Yeah.
and they keep re-releasing all of his albums.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I don't know what the deal
And,
is.
and if they do, make it affordable, Danzig. I don't need that boutique shit. I don't need a $30 undefeatable.
Right.
I want
Don't give it to Vinegar Syndrome.
yes.
$95.
They'll make great packaging, but I don't want to pay $50 for it.
Yeah. Anyways,
So there is like, stop gawking at my flat ass girlfriend and get back to work.
so he sends the one. It's the middle of the night, but he's like, everyone should be working. This is what a good manager does. Makes everybody work 24 hours a day.
Yep.
Goes to Diana and he's like, look, I could explain everything right now, but I will explain it tomorrow. You need to sleep on this. I'm going to blow your mind tomorrow.
Right. Well, we found our
But
one.
we're learning that he does have feelings for this woman.
Yes,
he does
he-
love
Right,
her.
which surprised the hell out of me,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Again, it reminds me of what I was just saying, where it's like you're living just to get your dick sucked. And he's like, this chick sucks the dick so well.
Well, you would think it. You'd had your dick sucked every way it could be sucked if you're like living hundreds of years.
Unless you have just zero charisma and no game whatsoever.
Well, Robert Quarry does not have charisma.
I was gonna say I don't buy game from Darius at all.
Yeah.
Biederbeck.
So one of his goons is like, he's horned up, dude. He's like, I need to crank one out. And lo and behold, off in the distance, Vulnavia.
Ooh, and it's dark enough where he doesn't see the lack of eyebrows.
Right. So he's cool with that.
He's just seeing some curvy features, and he's into it.
No ass, no eyebrows.
No ass, no problems. No eyebrows?
So she lures him into a tent. This was the weirdest fucking hair.
I loved it because we talked about how this is like the genesis of the Saw movies.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like, how do we get you into our Saw contraptions?
She
The
lures him in.
fog.
Yes,
Fog.
which it drives a man insane.
That's right.
You're not thinking straight when you're in that
She's
fog.
always wearing flowy shit too, so
Yeah.
all of her fog just seeps right through.
Right.
It's.
I think her dress is made out of fog.
It might have been.
And she lures him into a tent where there's a giant golden scorpion statue. And as you see one, it's like at McDonald Land, the play area. You're like, I gotta sit on that thing.
Right.
So he sits down on the golden scorpion.
Right. He's probably thinking, okay, this is one of those sophisticated chicks. I'm going to like get down on her heavy bush or something. Some kind of weird kink thing happening. But he's like, I'm going to get the best orgasm of my life. I'm going along with this. He's also in the desert.
He was
Right.
probably reading the Kama Sutra, and there's probably the scorpion position, and he's just like, I want to try this out.
You know what? I think you got it.
So he squats down on the scorp. Just as he's ready to grab those non-cakes. I think she pulls like a lever or some shit. Something happens.
Doesn't Phibes reveal himself?
He's outside.
No,
He is
he-
blowing the fog with a gigantic
He has a
fan.
giant mechanical fan. Like,
Where
where
is
did
it
it
plugged
come
in?
from?
Whoa.
Where's it plugged in?
No, you guys are getting ahead of yourselves.
Oh, no, that's
a night
the
later.
other- yeah, okay,
That's a
yeah,
night
yeah.
later, guys.
Yeah.
This is the Golden Scorpion night. So Phibes just shows up, and I think he's the one who ruins this man's boner. And then he's got the cartoonish plunger, and it closes the scorpion.
The claws of the scorpion reach up and grab the guy's wrists.
Right.
So he's like now trapped.
He's trying to pull him out, but as he does, he's like tearing himself more.
He goes
So-
full incel. He's like, you fucking whore!
Right.
You fucking teasing my cock!
You should be so lucky to gobble my testicles. And that, Phibes is not going to stand for that kind of misogyny, so he's like, I brought you this dog.
Well, no, it was sitting there because there's a play on the RCA logo where there's
Yeah.
the Victrola and the fucking dog.
Thank
statue.
you. I was going to say
Yeah.
it's an RCA thing, right?
Yeah.
It is. Okay, good.
And did he tell him the key is in the dog or something?
No, he mimes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have
he-
his voice box hooked up.
Yeah, so he puts the
mimes it.
key inside like it's like a piggy bank. He puts in the slot of the dog the key
Yeah.
and just leaves it for the guy. And they walk out.
I mean, we've seen some kill scenes. We haven't really broken down any 5 kill scenes in this movie, really.
There wasn't really much to break down in
Not
the
yet,
earlier
yeah.
ones, though.
Yeah, so this is kind of the first. I think we get like 2 more. So out of 10, where are you guys rating this kill scene? We haven't even got to the best part about it.
I mean, if I'm being honest, it was fun, but out of 10, 6.5.
That's above average. It's right around average, Murray.
I give it a 7. I thought it was okay. It was a gruesome way to go, is where we go, because he kicks the statue over to try to get the key, and lo and behold, there's a bunch of scorpions inside of it.
Yep.
And they start crawling all over him. And of course, the price you pay for thinking with your dick, scorpion will go down your pants.
That's
Yep.
right. That's right. That's every Scorpion song is a metaphor for this.
And
What's the name of the scorpion from Sea Lab?
Squish face.
There we go. No, Squishface was the little,
No. Ben.
Ben, there you
Ben
go.
was a scorpion. God damn. Why do I know this?
So it got-
Everything else is out of my brain, but
we
that.
have all these giant scorpions crawling over his face, crawling over his dick, all over the place.
all up in his shirt.
He's scorpion food.
That's right. Tearing bits of flesh out of him and everything.
Yeah, they're mean.
His screaming. No one can hear this, by the way. They're in the desert, isolated. They're all in an encampment within like 500-foot circumference.
That's why I was
No one
thinking
hears
this
it.
was the fan scene, but no, it's not.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Yeah.
Maybe they thought he was like fucking jerking off or something. Maybe he's the
He has
most loud guy.
violent
Oh!
violent
Yeah.
masturbation sessions.
If
the guys are looking at each other, jerking it again.
If we could have had an extra 2 minutes on this movie for him to have a violent jerk-off scene to establish this.
Hey guys, Waverly and Trout have arrived in Egypt, and they're having car trouble. I guess they were using Waverly's car again, going 90 miles an hour, blew up, and they're just like, where do we go? And some guy points them in the right direction to that camp.
It just so happens, like, because they're in the middle of a desert, and Waverly, who's now like the voice of reason and hope, he's just like, we'll find somebody to tell us where to go. Look over there. There's somebody right there.
So they stumble onto Darius's camp. Darius, by the way, is now finally found a way into, well, his boys have. They still haven't figured out the door. So they just break a hole Kool-Aid Man style through the wall.
You're right.
Stumble on the sarcophagus.
Thank you.
And they steal it right out underneath the nose of Phibes.
Thankfully, they brought their chisels and they did the Looney Tunes thing where they cut out just a perfect sarcophagus.
Right.
Sarcophagus hole.
They Wile E. Coyote'd.
Yeah, it was a Wile E. Coyote body hole right through.
And that's the price that Phibes gets for like lording over his kill, because he's out in the tent feeding like dates to Vulnavia. They're taking it easy.
Right. How could you say that? Like, I get why people would say these two are obviously fucking. If you're feeding dates to a woman and you're a man, or you know, anything, there's sexual tension happening. But whoever you're feeding dates to.
Well, like if we're going back to the idea that she's a robot, she might be just a sex bot for him because his wife's dead. You know.
I like to think of Vulnavia as more than that.
I want to believe it too. Yeah.
No, I don't believe that at all. I believe it's a father-daughter situation. I believe he has respect for her and he cares about her.
Right.
I don't think he has any sexual feelings for her. It's all about Victoria.
Yeah, I agree with them.
So Darius is so excited. He goes in the tent to see the sarcophagus. He's just like, is that a gear shift?
Oh my God.
Where's the clutch, boys?
He's one of those assholes that's like, I only drive a manual. He's got the leather gloves with
he did
everything.
put leather gloves and sunglasses on for this.
And a scarf.
Oh, well, it is 1920, so he has the driving hat too.
And smoothly puts it into key gear.
Is this a commercial for Chippendale dancers? Honks.
Sorry.
It just said honks. I'm sorry, everybody. All right. Anyway.
So he's like, key. Maybe I'll keep this. As anybody would if they found a key.
See, Phibes is cool. He's like, I'll put the key back where I found it. But this guy, he's the bad guy in the Indiana Jones movie. He's like, it doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs in my pocket.
Right.
So Trout and Waverly show up. We see Stewart, the goon with the scorpion dick, getting like dragged in.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they're like, what the hell happened to him? That looks like that stings.
Oh, boy.
And like, this is clearly the work of Dr. Phibes. I don't think so. I think this is a random serial killer.
I don't know the murder rates of Egypt, but I feel like a lot of people get caught in some
giant gold scorpion statues.
I've once heard of
If you try to disrespect a man's wife in Egypt, you get the scorpion.
You just get that's where Sting got the scorpion deathlock from. This is the scorpion deathlock, the original.
He was on vacation in Egypt and he saw someone try and hit on another man's wife, brother.
That's right.
And that's where he got the move from. You're right.
That's right.
Sir, if you value your life, you leave Egypt. It's because I value my life that I must stay.
This is good. This is good shit. It's getting intense.
This is good shit, pal.
And so Beaterbeck has his stooges. He's like, look, here's how it's going tonight. We got the sarcophagus. We're getting it out tomorrow morning, but I need someone to sleep in the tent with it. Stuart, whatever your name is, you're the guy. You're sleeping in it. And the guy's like, fuck yeah, I'm sleeping in a tent with a fucking
sarcophagus.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So and then we get a nice little thing. He's reading a book called Turning of the Screw, and we get a nice shot of it. Make sure you read that.
Yeah.
Much like the Evil Dead 2, Farewell to Arms.
Oh my God, it's been so long since I last watched.
Oh, I'm watching it this October because it's been a hot minute.
1 or 2.
I'm pairing it up with Dead Alive.
Dead Alive.
You've never seen Dead Alive?
Which one is that?
New Zealand Peter Jackson zombie movie?
Dude, because it goes by Brain Dead as well.
Yeah.
That literally came up, and Murray, you're gonna get involved in this in a second here, because I told you guys about how one of the people on my team is like some kind of metal guy, and they say the phrase early on in the movie, Zengaya or whatever. You'll know it when you see it, but they shout out like Zengaya, Zengaya, and the guy was like, my metal band's named after that, and I was like, of course your metal band is named after some fucking one line. I listened to it. It's actually pretty decent. But, man, of course it is. Yeah, I have seen that because I've been to some of those places.
All right, perfect.
And I was very happy to see that. Wellington Zoo's in there, and I've been to the Wellington Zoo. It looks very similar.
You're a well-traveled man.
And it's been like 40 years. That's kind of weird.
Dr. Phibes is outside with that giant fan. Where it's plugged in, they got a hell of an extension cord.
Well, he is the mechanical wizard.
That's right.
Solar powered.
One of the gizzard wizards is probably a portable battery.
Yeah.
Trump would be furious about this giant fan killing all the whales.
Oh my God! I saw so many whales just dead on the beach.
And he's just blowing that sweet scented pussy fog all over the camp. Everyone's just
He's just spritzing Vulnavia's bottled fog in front of the fan.
Oh my God, I love this.
Vulnavia walks in, straps our boy Stuart down to the cot he's sleeping on, sets up this contraption. One at one side of the cot, one at the other.
I like how Stuart had one final request. Please put my hair back into a tiny ponytail like what I would imagine Sonny Crockett would have. Or, excuse me, Sonny Burnett.
Right. And then we see Phibes just cranking this wheel, and then we see this screw turning.
It's total cartoon land.
Right. We're Looney Tuning it.
I love it.
Stuart wakes up. Oh, we see him start slowly getting crushed in between those two blocks that they set up. And he just gets crushed.
He gets crushed. I love it.
He does.
And we get to see him like the next morning, and it's just
outside. Waverly's like, I could go for a nice warm glass of milk. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
because we have Waverly and Trout sleeping in the back of their like Jeep that they brought.
He's like, I can milk one of those whales out there if you'd like me, sir.
There's a lot of dead whales out there.
Whale milk? You ever had it?
No. Let's just get to sleep. We got a long day ahead of us. Oh, it's good shit.
So the next day we see Phibes, as Griff so eloquently put the screws to Stuart.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's like in a box with an awful mannequin head sticking out. They couldn't just put the actor's like head through a
right,
like plywood, anything. You could have gone to Lowe's at 6 a.m. Did you go at 6 again?
No, because I knew I needed to be able to see to draw the lines and do the cutting, so I waited a little bit, but there was no one there.
You didn't try to cut it inside this time.
No, I didn't get foam board. I needed to get some other stuff.
Oh, okay.
So Phibes has the sarcophagus back in the chamber where it belongs. Now the key. Still grinding the gears. He says that's the one thing Phibes isn't good at is driving manual.
He does not have a doctorate in automobile operation.
Why? Doesn't have the leather gloves. That's all about the gloves.
Is it? And that helps you feel like the gear
yes,
shifting or something?
Plus, he didn't really need it. I think Vulnavia was working on her doctorate in automobile operation.
Because she is.
He wanted to give her one thing that it's her thing.
Well,
right.
You know, he was being ironic because they always say women can't drive, and he was like, my woman can.
Yes.
Vulnavia is the fantastic driver.
That's right.
Where's the key? And then we see cut right to Darius playing with that key. I need the key. Got the key. What's his key too? And then he Hackett, who's I guess running the fucking dig.
He's the team they hired, and he's ahead of everybody that's been under and dying.
He's like, look, I found the truck, but the sarcophagus is nowhere to be seen. The truck's right outside the tomb area. You think there's a connection?
No, never.
And then Darius like, I don't give a shit. Just get this woman out of here. This is men's work. All right? I'm worried about her. I don't want her hurt. Hackett, get her be gone. All right?
Get her be gone.
So they get her into this car. They take off, and then as they're driving, Hackett hears a sweet siren song of bagpipes.
They're talking about how they need to get the police, of course, because 3 people are dead at this point.
Yeah.
And so, they're going to go for the police, and Faith and Glory, you hear the fucking Scottish bagpipes.
The one
Sounds like Griffin's house the first weekend of August.
Yep, yeah, very much so. Good call.
It's the one bagpipe song that they always play. You've heard it. Everyone has. Dun, 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 the Roddy Piper theme song. Is that the Scottish national anthem or something?
No. The Scottish national anthem, I believe, is Flower of Scotland. But it's not. Scotland the Brave.
Oh, okay.
So it's playing. He's like, well, there you go. There's a Union Jack on the top of this dune. He's like, eyes wells up.
Yeah, he gets really emotional. He's like, this is the finest fighting force in all the land. My God, we're safe now. No one's ever going to get hurt again because these boys are here to protect us and Britain. Oh, God save the Queen.
This is what I love about straight actors, though, man. This guy was selling me on it. He seemed really fucking relieved that.
Like, you stay here, I'm going to check it out. So he goes over the dune, and lo and behold, it's the fucking Gizzard Wizards.
Oh.
And they're not even playing it. It's a fucking phonograph playing it.
Yeah.
It's the Gizzard Wizard that wanted to go solo.
That's the thing.
With his drum machine.
Bagpipes are so difficult, not even Phibes can get a robot that can play them.
Right?
I think 3 or 4 of the Gizzard boys have done solo stuff.
So he's just like, what is this? Runs back. Diana's gone. The car is empty. He's like, I guess I better go turn around and find her. Starts it up. And then I guess this is like the reverse of the hail machine that he had in the first episode. This is the sandblaster.
Yes. I like this. Call back to the first movie big time.
Yeah. Fuck that. Like every other death was kind of cheeky. This one would just suck.
Out of 10?
Oh. I mean, it's brutal. If we're talking brutality, like 9 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. We don't have to get into the intricacies of it all.
They wrote a Cannibal Corpse song about it. That's how vile it was.
Did they?
Yeah. Sandblasted face.
That was, of course, it was about this. So are you giving it a 10 out of 10?
I can't give it anything.
The thing I appreciate about that comment is I know enough about Cannibal Corpse to know that could actually be a song title.
Oh.
So you're going.
I'm not saying
you're going full Dave Metzer. I'll give it an 8, but an 8 is really like a 9.5.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, you got to be inside wrestling for that one.
So, but she still can fucking drive manual because the car drives through the camp, and they open it up, face blasted away. It's just a skull.
Sand waiting. I love that. If they did a third Phibes movie and there wasn't someone's face completely, just down to the skeleton, because my favorite kill out of the Phibes movies, even with the sandblast kill, is the fucking cabbage goo locust thing.
That's so good.
It's so stupid. It's so set up. The fact that he drills the hole in the woman's size,
See, if you guys listen, you know exactly what we're talking about last week.
Oh, they should really hear that. I was off the mic, too, so you didn't even have to hear me try to explain it like I just did and did a horrible job of.
So Darius is like, time is of the essence. I have to go to he just assumes that it has something to do with that tomb, the key. So he rushes off. Laverly and Trout are left behind. And he rushes into somehow the tomb just opens up, because we need Darius to be inside his lair.
I didn't notice him hit anything.
Yeah, I didn't notice him do anything either.
It just seems like it's cyclical.
I wonder if Phibes opened it to for the end game.
Because he has the plan. Yeah. Okay, so but it closes right after. So Waverly and Trout are left outside looking, trying to figure out how to get in.
Did we even really preface the point, or push on the point that Deanna goes missing?
Yeah,
we did a good job of that. Okay.
Yeah. So now Phibes has a new pyramid scheme. Get it?
Hey-o.
You guys, I wish you could see that. We would be so over if people could see the twinkle in Murray's eye. That was a Norm Macdonald level. The joke is coming.
Murray is made out of granite. He's just emotionless, except for when he can put in a little pun like that.
I get a
Yeah.
zinger.
Every once in a while, when
Then
you hear me laugh at a
there's-
Murray joke,
There's a little twinkle in his eye and a little smirk on his lip. Then he goes back to stoic.
Phibes has a mini pyramid set up in his lair.
I love this.
There's like a ladder down into this pit.
Yes.
We see that Diana is strapped down to like a stretcher or something with chicken wire.
Yeah.
Chicken wire.
He only has an associates in trap building.
He was phoning this one in.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
"Look, what do you expect? They did 10 the last time."
Right.
So, and the tomb is filling up with water.
So it's the same water that he's gonna ride into the river of life later.
Right.
And
And they can stop. Only way they can stop it is by opening that gate.
right, which the gate that we've been talking about,
It's a grate.
it's a grate. So it's not holding water in. So this whole line of logic is kind of interesting.
It's probably a Rube Goldberg thing where it opens like something.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
That's what we have to believe that. And I love this because he's giving him the whole speech. What do you value in life? Is it Diana? You could save her. Because what I'm after is saving my sweet Victoria.
I'm doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
That's why he's the hero.
Yeah, you're doing it
Yeah.
for selfish reasons.
You have in 3 minutes, she will die.
You'll notice how where is that compared to the last movie's big setup?
What do you mean time wise? It's half the time he gave the last one. Last time was 6 minutes.
Half the time. And he sounds it off with a fucking gong.
Yeah.
Bong.
And then Vulnavia like pushes a button or something, and then the ceiling, there's like these snake heads shoot out of the ceiling, and
Just
then they
like
have
the key.
and they have they have spikes for like fork spikes for their tongue.
Yeah.
And they're coming down to this as she's floating up, they're coming down. So Darius grabs like a 2x4. Apparently Jim Duggan was there or something. And he wedges it in to stop. He's like, "You fiend! How dare you make me decide between immortality and my girlfriend?"
Right. It's such a silly scene because it's like he's in the tomb. We've seen this room before. Now suddenly there's a tomb underneath it, and he's built a pyramid on top of it. So Darius climbs out of it after wedging it shut to go to the other room that Phibes is in, waiting for the water to rise or the gate to open. I guess just the gate to open.
Yeah.
It's open. Because he's got everything set up. It's like on a boat now. He's got an oar. He's just
Yeah,
waiting
he's
to
ready.
go.
He is ready.
Yeah, he looks like he's getting ready to go down the river Styx here. He's waiting for his coin to pay off the Tiller Man or whatever his name is. Who do you pay the coin to on the river
The
Styx?
ferryman.
Charon.
Karam. He's got it. He knows what he's talking about.
Just like I know Darius. What kind of fiend are you? The kind that wins, my friend. And then so he's just like, Darius finally realizes immortality is nothing without a chick with that sweet flat ass. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because he reveals to Phibes, like, I've been using this elixir. I'm 100 years old, and he's just like, well, hey, choose. You're going to choose the pussy or the life.
That's right.
This pussy is the life.
Pussy. Well, that is what Darius says here. Darius Beaterbeak.
Well, no, he gets a very poignant speech. He goes, "Damn you, Phibes. Tell me why I have to be a power slave. I don't want to die. I'm a god. Why can't I live on?
Please.
When
go.
the life giver dies, all around is laid waste. And in my last hour, I'm a slave to the power of death.
Oh.
Slave to the power of..." Oh, I went too high. Death!
Wow. People don't even know. What
Doon,
just
doon, 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 doon. Doon, doon, doon.
To the people that don't know, one day in 5
I know
years,
who will know. His lovely wife will know that.
That's right.
She will.
They will hear that and be like, why do I know this? Just like I knew. Paging Dr. Herman.
Beijing Mr. Herman.
Paging Dr. Phibes.
It's so good. I got to watch that movie again. I
Paging
love that
Dr.
movie.
Phibes. So he does finally, gives him the key. Phibes opens it. The water starts to drain away.
He does explain, as soon as you give me this key, the water drains from Diana's tomb into this tomb, and she will be saved, and I will go on to eternity.
The devil take you, Phibes. The devil take me? Not for considerable time, I trust. So the gate opens, and then he goes on his way, and then he frees Diana, and they all rush back into the tombs to see Phibes off, and fucking Darius is freaking out.
Yeah.
Because why couldn't Phibes just let him go with him? Why not? Is there a certain only 2 people can get immortality?
I don't think he trusts Darius.
Who cares? Just go. How about we both win? It's a win-win situation. Why does somebody have to lose?
Because he crossed him. He broke into his house. He stole.
Well,
his
that's
papyrus.
true, but I'm just saying everybody could win.
Everybody could win?
Damn you and your pride, Dr. Phibes. Damn you.
Is that your outlook on life? Everybody should win together?
No one's getting hurt.
You heard it here first, folks. Tim likes participation trophies.
No one's going to get hurt. I'm just saying the guy did the right thing finally. Saved his wife, saved his girlfriend over his life. He should have rewarded him with saying, you know what, I'm going to let you in. No, closes the gates.
This is where I agree with you. I feel like that Phibes is being a total fucking douchebag American about it and being like meritocracy wins. I get the last laugh. I get to fucking bone my sweet dead wife one time while you're going to turn into a skeleton man. You can't bone your sweet flat ass wife.
And he rubs it in by singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then off we go.
To credits.
Waverly. And nothing else.
We do say Waverly and Trout do come into the picture again there for a minute.
Yeah.
And they tell Darius. Darius. Oh, I guess Phibes failed on this one. Oh, he didn't lose this one. He won. And
then we see him age like the guy from the Indiana Jones Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Yep. He drank from the wrong cup. He deserved to die.
I mean, I will say this is a unnecessary sequel, but it wasn't as bad as I.
Aren't all sequels unnecessary? It's just a cash in.
Some sequels are pretty good though.
Yeah, this one was fun. We didn't need it, but it was fun. It didn't tarnish the legacy of Dr. Phibes at all or anything like that.
Yeah, I like that they didn't do 9 whole new intricate kills or something like that. You know,
right?
Yeah. They saved that for the next year in a different movie, which spoiler alert, we'll get to later in the month.
Okay.
Dr. Phibes dances again.
Who do you think could be a modern day Vincent Price? Is there an actor?
So here's the thing.
Who do you think could play Dr. Phibes now if they were going to do a remake?
If I were going to,
and I'm shocked there's never been a remake.
I would say he's not known for his camp, but I think he has it in him. I would probably go with Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because he has the gravitas of Vincent, and he's done some weird stuff, so I could see it happening. But he would probably be my closest guess.
Okay. I would love to see that because especially after Inglourious Bastards.
Dude, Inglourious Bastards, I had to take a stress break. Christoph Waltz had me all screwed up, man.
Yeah. He brings that aura where it's not like I'm winking at you. It's fucking, he brings the intensity to it.
Can I vent for a second?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Spectre, we find out that Christoph Waltz is going to be a Bond villain, right? Jeanette and I are over the moon. We are excited. We love Christoph Waltz. And then they put him in that turd.
Oh, it was bad.
It wasn't.
I didn't even get through it. I turned it off for an hour.
I didn't think it was bad. It was just very underwhelming.
Yeah. I got my favorite villain at the time. I was a huge fan of I can't remember his name right now. He was Sugar and
huge fan of guy, I don't know.
No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah.
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem.
I loved Skyfall.
Yeah, I don't even remember it. I remember Javier Bardem was in it, but that's about it.
I liked Skyfall a lot.
Yeah, did you have any final comments about Christoph in Bond?
No, just that it was
just a bummer.
It was a bummer because he could have done so much.
New Bonds take themselves too seriously.
Yeah,
that's their problem.
That's the one franchise where it's like you do get to have a little bit of a wink at the crowd.
There's a balance,
Yeah.
I mean,
I would say
it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I would say my favorite Bonds are the Connery era,
What's everybody?
but
Yeah.
my favorite Bond is probably the one you guys don't like, George Lazenby.
No, I don't hate George Lazenby.
I don't.
Roger Moore is my least favorite.
Roger Moore is my least favorite.
I've never
too.
seen Pierce Brosnan though.
Which ones were Lazenby?
Lazenby was just on Her
That's
Majesty's
the
Secret
that's one of the
Service.
best ones. It has the best villain and the best Bond girl.
Dude, and it has the best Bond because this is the first time we got to see Bond in disguise, use an accent to try and blend in. He was actually being a secret agent instead of just walking around the entire time.
Telling everybody I'm James
My
Bond.
name's James Bond, and I'm not going to actually pretend to be anyone else for espionage.
Did we do a Bond movie?
No, we've never done a Bond.
Oh,
movie.
okay.
No,
have to
I
watch
always
that.
said he's unfairly criticized. I don't think he's great, but he's not everyone. He's not the shit people think he is.
Right.
Can I throw in my own actor that I watched the Tales of the Crypt Dark Star recently?
Dark Star.
I think that's what it was called. Tales from the Crypt.
Demon Knight?
Demon Knight. That was it. Sorry. Thank
Demon
you.
Knight's great.
Demon Knight's great. So you might know where I'm going with this. What do
Billy
you guys-
Zane?
Billy Zane.
Dude, Billy Zane, I forget the exact line, but when he calls him like ho-dunk, po-dunk, motherfucker. it's
Yes!
such a good.
Dude, that movie was surprisingly really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the other Tales from the Crypt movies.
Yeah.
But I hear they're bad.
Yeah.
That one Dennis Miller's horrible.
Wow, a movie with Dennis Miller.
Oh,
Hey,
Bordello of
babe.
Blood.
But you know what's a great movie? Next week's movie. That only a handful you'll be listening to.
Paging
Look,
Golan-Globus
we've had
fans.
too much fun. We need a scary Vincent Price movie. And if you're going to do a Vincent Price month, you got to do at least one Edgar Allan Poe, Roger Corman, Price movie. And we're not doing the Raven. We're not doing the comedy ones. We're going to do one. It's about Satanism. It's about the haves and the have-nots. I think there's a midget in it. Is there a midget in this movie, Griff?
I don't remember.
It's The Mask of the Red Death, which is I think this will not go on to YouTube, people, because there's a lot of COVID parallels to this movie. So,
Well, now we're gone on YouTube already. You said the C word.
oh, please, nobody cares. That's so 2020.
It's not about people. It's about bots. Helen.
Bots
we
don't
saw
care.
Helen bot on our fucking
Bots
SoundCloud.
don't care. So next week, get ready for some Mask of the Red Death and keep it spooky.